and sometimes it makes me feel nauseous as soon as I take it, and then the next day I'm pretty fine and it lasts for a whole week. You know what I mean? But yeah, I should probably move that to like Sunday or something so I can get the nauseous day on a Sunday so I can rest through it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hey, my milkers! Thanks a lot to the daily redeem as well. Cozy Mortal as well. And strawberry cake. Strawberry cake. Strawberry cake. Thanks so much for being here. But yeah, today I thought we could take like a casual drinking Sunday and then like just do some chill Wplace. Feels like a fun time. What do you guys say? Cause yeah. I don't know, like a lot of my friends are just busy. Hey Era, how you doing? Starlight Jim, how you doing as well? Welcome. Hey Tess, I see you guys on YouTube too. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure having you here with me. Hey Sephiroth, how you doing as well? Always a pleasure having you. Hello. Oh yeah, that's the kind of plan for today though. Just some casual drinking. If you guys want to drink together as well, always welcome to. But if not, we're just gonna be chatting and hanging out today. Speaking of Wplace, I know that a lot of people play it on the off time. We actually got most of myself done, and we're going on to Chunky and Nyla. I think it's looking amazing, not gonna lie. It looks so big as well. I think this is the biggest artwork that we've ever done, and it's looking amazing. If we could get some more communities together, like to do collab art, I think we can get like a even bigger done. Like maybe something like this size. But yeah, it's looking huge already. And people have been going crazy. I did most of the gray area here. I did a lot of the gray area here. You can see that I put a little bit of money just in the limit alone. This is because I don't want the limit to ever like. I basically put enough so that it never reaches maximum. Cause the only time that you're not grinding points naturally is when it reaches maximum. Right? So what I've been doing is I put enough so it lasts like a whole day. This is like I grinded a little bit more. But I just put enough so it lasts a whole day. So that it's always counting up. You know what I mean? It's always counting up. And that way you never lose any. Charges. So you don't have to pay as much for it. You know what I mean? You get more value out of the thing. You know? Hey Stella, who I am? How you doing as well? Brazilian? Hell yeah, I'm Brazilian. Born and raised. Genius. I tell you, I've been playing this game a lot. My friend. But yeah, how you doing? Who am I? How you doing, Luna Hex? Chills as always? Chills as always. I mean, cheers to that, my friend. Cheers to that. I'm gonna stop my drink right now. Feels good to drink on a sunny Sunday, isn't it? Is it sunny for you? For you, it's so sunny. It is a beautiful day today, which makes me good. As much as I like rainy days, and I do, as much as I like rainy days, it feels so good to have a sunny day. It's like a beautiful day where it's just like, you know what I mean? It just makes you feel like makes you feel like life is good. You know what I mean? Hey Alicia, hey Jilmy, how you doing as well? Watching drunk people do drunk things, one of my favorite pastime activities. I never really get drunk. Like, before I would ever get like to that state of drunkenness, I get tired. So a lot of the times when I drink on stream, if I drink too much, like the Shoju drinks or the others, I start getting sleepy. I start like yawning, sleeping. You know what I mean? I'm a cozy, sleepy drunk. You know what I mean? I'm not like a hype kind of drunk. So... you know. Actually, I don't want to go over it tomorrow. Be strong, my friend. Be strong. Know that there's always as much as it's annoying to go back to the routine, if you never wait for new days, then no new memories will ever come. You know what I mean? Hey Shay, hey Sharky, how you doing as well? We'll see when the roof moves out of the way. Was never drunk, but I do get sleepy from alcohol. That is also me. I don't know. I suppose there's like people and people, right? Like there's people that don't like drinking, don't like how they feel about drinking. And I also am not like the huge, like I'm a social kind of drinker. I drink when there's people around me. You know, if there's people around me drinking, I'll partake, but I don't usually drink for the sake of drinking, drink by myself. You know what I mean? That's not me. I personally find it kind of like drinking by yourself is a little bit, you know what I mean? Even if it's on Discord, I'm actually okay. But like drinking by yourself is just like, it's It's a little bit too much for me. 34 years old now, found out what drunk have I become. I fear the outcome now. I mean, you don't have to. That's the thing that I always tell people about, like, alcohol. Like, you don't have to drink if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Same way that people don't smoke. Like, you don't have to. You shouldn't feel like you have to drink. In the same way that you shouldn't feel like you have to smoke. Or fall for this, like, or fall for this peer pressure. You know? If you want to, you want to feel what it's like, then great. If you don't, you know? Just enjoy life. Hey, Midnight Audios, I don't know if I can make any cool memories at the boring office. Well, you know. At the end of the day, there's always this. Your job allows you to spend money and have fun. So, you know, you take it. It's like brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? It's not fun, but it allows you to have fun. It's just something that you gotta. It's something that you gotta take care of. Brother's funny when he gets drunk. He gets very talkative. Nyla is a super weak drunk. Like, she gets drunk off of like a cup of wine, which, you know, she doesn't really like drinking, and I respect that. So I don't usually force her to. Whenever I'm with her, I just basically never drink. Or if I'm drunk, I just drink by myself with other friends, and she's just like chilling. You know what I mean? I got a German YouTuber and streamer. Just watch a lot of reaction. It's fucking Kendra. That woman is following me everywhere. I'm telling you, dude. Kendra's so good. Kendra is amazing, man. But yeah, she's been everywhere. She's been everywhere. It's ever since like we started showing, because I showed it when I saw it on TikTok, right? But since she got seen by the YouTube eyes, everybody has just been going crazy over her. I've actually never gotten drunk. I only have one drink. It's been months last time I drank. That's the thing, though. I think like our generation kind of like, although I've seen some Zoomers kind of like relapse back into smoking, like at least millennials were like, we do. That's not to say that there's not millennials that do drugs or smoke or drink, right? But I feel like the people that do is just because they kind of don't care. You know what I mean? But a lot of people just like don't feel the peer pressure in the same way that people used to feel peer pressure to, like, boomers would like feel peer pressure to drinking beer. Like, that was the whole thing. They were like, oh, you gotta drink beer. You gotta drink beer. You gotta drink beer. You know what I mean? Hey, Falco Phoenix, thanks so much for the follow, my friend. Hey, Tess. I'm usually the mom friend, so I almost don't drink mostly. I have a habit. I usually am also like the friend that like usually takes care of people when they were too drunk. Back in my college days, I don't usually go to parties with people anymore. Nowadays, I'm more of a house party kind of guy, you know what I mean? Nowadays, I'm more of a house party kind of guy. I invite the people that I care for, you know? I've already seen my fair share of ugly people in weird places. You know? I've already seen my fair share of ugly people in weird places. If I want to go somewhere, I'm either going with good company or for something that I care for. If not, the party comes to me, you know? Big pillows, oh yeah, Falco, glad to have you here. When I get drunk, I get sleepy and needy for some reason. That's kind of about right. Hey, silly goose, how you doing as well? As a millennial, I can say that my friends never really peer pressure me into anything. Though the drugs and bad decisions I made were my choices. That's kind of me with my mom. Because I used to go out, right? And I did, like, for a while, I did smoke, right? And she was saying, like, oh, you like walking around like some bad crowds. Mom, I am the bad crowd. I'm the one pulling my friends. It is me. I am the bad crowd. I'm very sorry to disappoint. I got better. I don't do that anymore. But the bad decisions that I made were my own decisions. I'm the worst. I'm my worst bad influence. You know, I don't do that anymore. That was college years, you know. That was college years. Beer's like a national drink here in Germany. I hate the taste. I'm sorry. I've taken good beers, bad beers, you know, homemade brews, that kind of stuff as well. Beer for me is just watered down piss. Always has been. I'm very sorry. Like, wine is tasty. Whiskey is good. Although whiskey kind of like I can't drink for other reasons because I live in the tropics. It makes me way too sweaty. But like beer is just like a watered down piss, dude. I'm sorry. You're just Pavlov training yourself to thinking that taste is good when it's actually not. You know what I mean? Hey, Jamie Starborn. Hey, Chad. How you doing, Kindred? Hey, yeah, I'm glad to have you here, my friend. Welcome. Heard you like bad guys? Well, I'm bad at everything. Anybody dressing up for Halloween? I do have some plans to make some more cosplay. Aside from the maid dress, it's like a whole different thing. But I do have some plans to do some. But yeah, by the way, if you want to play Wplace with us, we're drinking and doing something together. I'm just kind of chilling right now, waiting for people to get in. But get everybody in. Get everybody in so we can fill up this project today. I think we can get it done today, by the way. We've already gotten pretty far. Currently, we're doing this in China. I think there were some people that griefed the Japan one. But let me see if I can find. Wait, this is the Vora one. Yeah, this is Vora. I saved it to see what she was doing because she's also doing her thing with the community. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, some people minorly griefed here. But we've already done these two, if you haven't seen it. And then afterwards, we're moving on to China. After China, I don't know exactly where we should go. It's actually kind of a good question, isn't it? What do you say we go next? But we're almost done. If you want to save, this is the spot so you can set your reference. And basically, the image is on Discord if you want to join in on the thing. I'm more of a cocktail kind of girl. Cocktails I do stand by. Like, Brazilians are awesome at making cocktails. And cocktails are delicious. Like, cocktails I can get behind. You know what I mean? Like, beer is just watered down piss, dude. I'm sorry. Like, if you like it, more power to you. But for me, it's just horrible. Cocktails I can get behind. Cocktails are so good. You know what I mean? Because it's like, the point is not just to get drunk. The point is to enjoy a good drink and how it makes you feel. And the beer just doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel bloated and like it makes you feel bloated. It's just it tastes like watered down piss. You know what I mean? Smirnoff Ice, my favorite. Smirnoff Ice is good. It's like a sweet, like a chill hot lemonade. So not it's like the softest lemonade, but you know. Hey Ira, how you doing as well? Let's go to Italy. You put kindredspiritva somewhere in Germany? It gets so crowded here. Literally can't find it anymore. What, Germany? You did put kindredspiritva somewhere in Germany? It's gotten so crowded, like, I can't find it anymore. Did you? I mean, it wasn't me that put kindredspiritva in Germany, but I'll definitely find it again. Didn't find a drink yet. I'd like to say I'm alcohol-free mojito. Maybe the other version as well. If you want to enjoy drinks with no alcohol, what I recommend you to do is switch the alcohol for coconut water. That's how people do cocktails alcohol-free in Brazil. By the way, let me put some money onto the game so I can play it as well. But I recommend switching alcohol. If you want to drink any cocktail without alcohol, just switch the alcohol for coconut water, and you have a great time. You have a great time. You know what I mean? I do like cocktails, but I don't have a lot since I'm not old enough, and just have a few sips from my mom's cup. That's okay as well. I think it's better. That's actually might be like, maybe I'm not woke enough. Maybe I'm not woke enough to have this opinion. But I think adults should let the child have like a small sip. I'm not saying like have them have like a beer or anything. Like, that's crazy. But I think that adults should let children taste the alcohol, just like a sip, so they can like taste and see that it's not good. Because otherwise you mystify it. You know what I mean? Otherwise you mystify the drink as this like grown-up thing that you can only do when you're a grown-up, right? So you can I think actually just like letting your child like have a sip of beer and just be like, oh, this is gross, I don't like it, is a lot better than. It's a lot better. Control setting for sure. Well, I'm not saying that let them drink like anything. Like, don't let them have a whole beer. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's crazy. Because it's also bad for the brain development. But like, let them have like a sip, just like a single sip, so they can see like, oh, this is just kind of bad. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm not woke enough, to be fair. But, you know. Because I feel like that kind of demystifies it for a lot of children. They'll be like, oh, why is mommy... It's like kind of like smoking, just being like super bad smelling. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, why does mommy and daddy do this? This is gross. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, to be fair. That's what I did when I was like 15, 16. I asked my mom to take a sip of their drinks. Yeah, just like let them have a sip and, you know, They'll just be like, all right, this is kind of gross. I don't like it. Because I feel like a lot of people in the US specifically, they mystify it so much that as soon as like the kids hit like 21, they go crazy because they've been waiting their whole lives for it. You know what I mean? So when you're 21, you just go crazy. And that's when the addiction kind of hits because it builds like, you know what I mean? It builds it onto you. That's just my opinion, to be fair. Let the kids smoke it? No, that does not apply for smoking. That does not apply for smoking as well. No, that's crazy, chat. That's crazy. Especially, I hate that, like, vaping. I mean, I did used to vape, but it kind of like, I see the harm of vapes not being, like, bad smelling. Like, the thing with vaping is that they taste good. And that's why I think, like, a lot of people... You know, because cigarettes, like, they didn't taste good. They were kind of like shit. So that's why a lot of people just kind of gave up on that from the new gens. You know what I mean? On 21, a shotgun, a beer. I hate beer. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it becomes like kind of like a rite of passage for Americans. To like, you know, get your first beer. Get your first beer when you're 21, boy. You know? That's just kind of my opinion, to be fair. You know, let it demystify it a little bit. But... I don't know. I'm also not like... I'm not a parent nor a responsible adult, so... I'm more of the fun uncle kind of adult. But that's just my opinion, you know? Shut the fuck up, silly goose. Let the kids vape. Well, the way you're saying that, it's like fucking cocoa melon flavored vape. Oh no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, chat. That's crazy. That is crazy, chat. Shut the fuck up. I do not endorse the words said by my chat. I do not endorse. That is crazy. You guys, I think you guys are taking it a little bit too far. I'm just gonna be for real with you. The bad influence uncle would have preferred vodka shots. Dude, I used to do, my early 20s were kind of crazy. I used to do warm vodka shots because the ice, because when you buy alcohol in Brazil, it's usually not cold. At least from the gas station. We used to buy it from the gas station because that's where we were able to buy it when we were 16. Mind you, the minimal age to buy alcohol was 18 in Brazil. Is 18 in Brazil. There was a gas station that didn't really give too much of a fuck, and we were kind of growing facial hair anyway, so they just sold it to us. It was a different time. It was a different time. Like things are a little bit different back then. Nowadays it's better. Uncle Mel and the kids show. Let the kids vape. It's just like this. What is it like? Tropical orange. This is flavor vape, kids. Oh, that is crazy, chat. Shut up. That's wild. That's not on the same. That's not even on the same ballpark of what I was saying. I become a gremlin when I drink. Hubby has to stop me from stealing all the really cool pint glasses. I think it's cute though. I think it's cute. Some of my friends are energetic drunks. That's why usually I would take care of it. That's why usually I'll be the one taking care of it. You know what I mean? Look at Chunky. Chunky's already halfway done. Looking so cute. And then smoke cool vape. I have no clue about that stuff. It's kind of bad. It's kind of bad, but like it tastes. How do I say this? It tastes like, you know, the chemicals in bubblegum, the artificial flavorings in bubblegum. It tastes exactly like cheap bubblegum. It's good, but like it's not amazing. It's just okay, which I guess it just like eases you into the addiction, and then the nicotine hits, and then it's just like you get addicted. You know what I mean? But it's not good. It's not like amazing. Like people usually, that's why the vape actually came up as like a, oh, it's less harmful than smoking. It actually turned out that was just a lie. Like they just lied about that. You know what I mean? Anybody feeling really relaxed in vape? That's the vibe that I get. I know this doesn't seem like the most like, it wouldn't seem like something you would enjoy watching and see people do. But once you do it yourself and as a community, or you just like watching somebody else do it, it's like weirdly relaxing. That's actually why I've been doing this so often on streams. It's like something that like once people give it a try, it's like very relaxing to watch and great to talk over. You know what I mean? Which is why I like Wplace so much. You know what I mean? They put some fruits in it to sell it to kids as well. I really hate that. I really hate that. I have no issues if you're an adult. Like, if you're an adult, use whatever the fuck you want to use. Like, you're an adult. I don't give a fuck. But I really hate how these kind of, like, companies will, like, try, like, advertise for the new gens. You know what I mean? When vaping goes, like, 18 cigarettes, I think, it's because it's basically like a hookah. The vape, like, works pretty much exactly the way, like, a hookah does. Where it just, like, evaporates it onto you, so you just blow on it. And that's why it's actually worse. Because it's just like leading the heavy particles right into your throat. You know what I mean? Which I'm not like saying it's better to smoke. Ideally, you wouldn't do either. But, you know. That was actually just a lie. That was actually just a lie. You know what I mean? Hookah or hooker? Hookah. Hookah. Hookah is... Nargi? Here, this is what hookah is. Hookah. This is what hookah is. Hookah. No, hooker. Hookah. Oh, sorry, not hookah. This is hookah. It is the same thing, but modern. And also, it's cringe. Like, nobody... Here's the thing. Again, a little bit of a controversial opinion, but at least smoking is kind of sexy. You know what I mean? When you have the noir kind of like detective that's like lighting up a cigarette, looking at the mirror, at the window and being like, cool. You know what I mean? At least it's kind of sexy. It's bad for you, but in like a toxic DILF kind of way. You know what I mean? Well, and sure, like it looks, it makes you ugly, like with the orange teeth, the yellow teeth, and like the bad breath. But at least it looks sexy while you're doing it. The vape just looks like the most dorky shit ever. And it's also not good for you. You know what I mean? It just looked like your blowjob in a pen drive. It's just like, it doesn't look cool. At least the cigarettes used to look cool. You know what I mean? Nobody looks cool while they're vaping. Not that I am not endorsing people smoke. I'm just saying. Vapes are so lame, dude. Nobody looks cool while they're vaping. So just like, why even bother? You know what I mean? It looks so dorky. It looks so dorky. Wait, what is it? Vaping. I don't know. Let me take a picture of like somebody vaping. Look at this. It looks like, look at this. Look at this. This is just a Google search. It looks like the most Reddit fucking losers. It looks like, look, neck beard. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't look cool. Like, again, neck beard. The most wannabe rapper with like a receding hairline. Nobody looks cool. Nobody looks cool while they're vaping. You see what I mean? You can't see it. Wait, let me move myself a little bit. Let me move myself a little bit. Look at this. Look at this. Neck beard. The most receding hairline, midlife crisis looking rapper you've ever seen. With like a fake, like watch and everything. Nobody looks cool while they're vaping. Nobody. And that's just like a straight up Google search for vaping. That's just like unbiased. Nobody ever looks cool while they're vaping. And I'm not defending people smoke. I'm not saying it's better if you smoke cigarettes. I'm saying like, why even bother? You don't look cool while you're doing it. You know what I mean? Have you taken your pills? No, I haven't taken my pills yet. I have to wait until they get here. My pills are in the mail. My minoxidil and finasteride. I'll look up Snoop Dogg and look how cool he is. You know what I mean? Not that I am not endorsing. I am not endorsing, okay? Don't smoke. Smoking is bad for you. It kills, all that stuff. If you can get it away from it, get away from it. You know what I mean? If that's you, that's you. Like, I'm not going to judge you. But if you can move away, it's best if you do. But I'm just saying, like, if you're... Vaping is so lame. Vaping is so lame, dude. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, to be fair. That's just me, you know? That's just me. That's just my opinion, you know? You can take it or leave it on that one. You can take it and leave it on that one. Oh, man. Bet we think it would look cool, sexy, if the vape could get Hollywood to market it like they did with cigarettes. Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm biased because, you know, I did see the movies and everything. That's why maybe I fell for the propaganda. You know what I mean? Which is probably true. Like, nobody's immune to propaganda. And that's just includes myself. You just gotta be aware and try to be mindful of this kind of stuff. You know? But I'm sorry, the vaping shit looks so fucking lame. It's the most like... I get it if you do. I've been there. I used to vape. You know? But looking back, it looks so lame. It looks so lame. Like, I'm sorry. You know? Speaking of Snoop Dogg, have you seen his cooking book? I bet he made it while smoking. I mean, there's surprisingly a lot of like cooking with cannabis cooking shows. It's very funny how that goes. I heard brownies are fire. Apart from the way it smells, I actually have no issues with weed. You know what I mean? But usually the ones that are produced, like the THC things that you're supposed to ingest, rather than the smoking one. Because the smoking does damage your lungs. It's the act of smoking that does it. You know what I mean? If it cooked with Malta, probably 100% did. Snoop Dogg wrote a cooking book. He did so much shit. Snoop Dogg is one of those guys that basically takes any gig if they offer enough money for him. He has a cooking book. He has like movies. Like he will do anything. Like Snoop Dogg, like respect to the guy because, you know, he did made himself, but like he will take any gig. It's kind of funny. You know what I mean? He's down for anything. What's I'm gonna do my homework? Hell yeah, take care of your homework. I hate when people say they're BT, like, bro, you're not. Zoom Zoom and Yam Yam is its way of making ramen noodles. So yeah, he said money's money. I mean, grass is green anywhere, you know what I mean? And like, it's also something that you gotta keep in mind when like somebody comes from nothing. You always want to like, that drive never really dies with you. You know what I mean? If your family, if you've grown whatever you have from scratch, it's very hard to let that drive of like always push it further, always keep outdoing yourself. You know what I mean? You see that a lot in like first generations of like workaholic parents. You know? So I do respect that. I know there's some people that say, oh, he's a sellout. I do respect it, you know what I mean? Like, get your bag. But unless you're promoting something bad, like the fucking Sabrina Carpenter thing. Like, that was a wild ad. But like, anything aside from that, just like, go crazy. Like, do movies, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Go wild. Anyhow. It's the same deal that, on that topic of sponsors, like, same deal that I think with like, unless you're promoting something bad, like, I don't have an issue. Like, I am spoiled. Like, I am somebody that I'm spoiled enough that my community supports me enough that I don't have to rely heavily on sponsors. But I also don't judge people that do. Because you never know what's gonna be tomorrow. You know what I mean? You may have like a health crisis. You may have like your family may have some issues. You know what I mean? May need to take care of your parents. You know? or any loved ones that you have nearby. You never know, like, especially with how unstable the economy is. I suppose at least, like, if you're an audience, you can kind of respect, like, somebody like me that values their voice. But I also don't judge too hard the people that do take sponsors. If you're a streamer, if you're like whatever, like, take it back. If people want to give you money, fucking take it. As long as you're not like promoting gambling or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? If it's just like an ad, just fucking go crazy. I don't care. Like, NordVPN isn't gonna fucking harm anybody. You know? So just go crazy. If they want to give you money. Let's say, I don't know if watching VTubers while doing homework is smart because I'm late at night. It's like watching VTubers and wrote some hinge. Well, depends. It depends on like, for example, I love working with some background noise. Because if I'm too quiet, I start like getting distracted by my own thoughts. You know, I start like thinking of something else. While if I have some background noise, while it doesn't actually distract me, but it stops me from like wondering so much. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you want to leave it on as like my stream as background noise, absolutely. I don't, you know, as long as it's not harming you. Like a lot of people do. I'm like that. The amount of YouTubers promoting fumes annoys me. See all the innocent artists doing, I'll say for work hard just to get by. Well, that's like kind of the thing as well. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't understand this puritanism of like people being like, artists, do not say for work. It's like, bro, if somebody wants to draw like fucking smarter titties or whatever the fuck, like let them have it. Like, why is that such a big issue? I see it especially on TikTok, where it's like, I know you do. I know this art style. I know what you are. And it's like, yeah, bro, I like drawing smut. Crazy. You know what I mean? And that doesn't stop you from like making something that is not smart. You know, you can have safer works. And you can have like, that can coexist. You know what I mean? Sure, you may want to create like a separate profile if you want to have audiences that are like all ages. You know what I mean? In the same way that I don't post that shit on my TikTok, in the same way that I don't post that shit on my YouTube. You know what I mean? It shouldn't stopping you from making it. You know? Yeah, no promoting gambling, looking at you, Hoyo. Well, that's why I always say when I'm playing gacha games, like, treat it like a gambling game, you know? Don't go over your limit, be responsible. You know, even Love and D-Space also do that. Because I think like China has like, they're starting to crack down on like the gacha addictions. So they're having to like cut it a little bit with how much they predate on these people. You know? Found the spot where I wrote kindredspiritva in Germany. Let's fucking go. Did you? Ah, show it to me then. Show it to me then. I'd love to see it. There you go. Yeah, my phone is at 2%. I'll put it to charge, my friend. Stream's still got a long way ahead. You wouldn't want to miss it now, do you? There you go. What is the next color? We have light blue next. Assuming light blue is going to be here? Yes. Okay. Do I have light blue? Yes, I do. All right. Yeah, we're starting to fill up Chunky now. We're in the middle of filling up Chunky. Because I'm already done. Like, I think everybody already filled up me. It's like Chunky and Nyla next. Right? So I have to say, if you have a 50-plus colleague at work that makes not safe work jokes all the time. Well, it depends on the time as well. And how comfortable you are with your coworkers. Like, I was pretty comfortable with my friends. You know, so I used to do like some crazy unhinged jokes. But if I wasn't close enough, of course I wouldn't do that. You know? I think as long as you're in a comfortable and safe environment, I don't see an issue. You know what I mean? I don't see an issue. There you go. Finishing up Chunky's ear. As far as I know, Love and D-Space is 17, 18 plus in China. All gacha games have that age rating here. I think that is actually very based to China. Not gonna lie. I think gacha games, because I know that gacha games make a lot of money. And I don't think it would stop them from making a lot of money if they were to raise that limit from 18 plus. Because it's not the fucking minors that are like whaling that fucking game. It's the people with disposable income. So just make the game 18 plus. You know what I mean? I don't think it would affect income. It would just makes it so that they don't fall victim to like gambling, basically. You know, like virtual game gambling. I really think that like more countries should have that legislation of like stopping gacha companies from like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Doing some dark blue because I can't feel the light blue. It's okay, fill whatever colors you have, my friend. I actually think that's a better way to grind. Like, I bought the colors as I needed them. Like, I still don't have a few of the colors. Like, I don't have this, like, olive, light olive. I think it is best if you save... If you want to grind this game, if you want to grind Wplace, what you should do... Also, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like as well. Leaving likes helps the show up around the front page. So if you can drop a like, I would greatly appreciate that. But I think the best way to grind at, like, Wplace is you save up at least 2k. So whenever you have a color that you need, you can enable it. And the rest of it just puts on max charges until you hit like 2,000, 3,000. Because then by the time like you're never gonna not be recharging. And then you can just like put all your experience into colors and refills, basically. I think that's the best way to go about it, to be fair. You know what I mean? Hey, Muggaby, how you doing as well? Hera, glad to have you here. How you doing? Took you a while to come around. How you doing, my friend? How you doing? Glad to have you here. Kids should not shove the whole, like, buy this to get more thing. I agree, 100%. Because it's the same kind of, like, feeling. It's the same kind of addiction that, Also, I think there's somebody painting me here. I'm gonna move somewhere else so we don't paint the same area. I'm gonna move, like, here or something. Because you don't want to like paint the same area, because otherwise there might be a chance that you like waste your charges on a place somebody's already taken care of. Computer keeps saying I have a virus solely. Are you using like Norton or like a McAfee or some antivirus? Because I'm not gonna lie, if you're on Windows, uninstall all that shit. That's basically malware at this point. The best antivirus that you need for your computer is called Windows Defender. If your Windows Defender is updated, you don't need to worry about anything else. All of these like other like antiviruses, they're basically just malware. I'm not even joking. Hey Frozen Alta, how you doing as well? So let me switch. Yeah, Windows Defender and Common Sense. So you don't download any like weird softwares. Need to switch up the category to Wplace. There you go. Forgot to do that. There you go. There you go. Wplace in Germany is amazing because I found stuff like VTubers and Ghosts. But it's like, what the fuck? Mario, Luigi, Yaoi shit. I would love to see that. Is it not safe for work? If it is safe for work, I would love to see it. Show me, if you ever find me, like, show it. Or any other VTubers. I'd love to see it. But yeah. Red Brood, works, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. I'm a Windows Defender and Common Sense kind of guy. I'm a Windows Defender and Common Sense kind of guy. I'm gonna be for real with you. I don't trust any of the other, like, you know what I mean? Like Norton, McAfee, or whatever the fuck they are using it. If you have an SSD and you need to downgrade to Windows 11, because there's a bug where your SSD will just disappear off your computer. Wait, downgrade 11? Wait, really? I haven't had that issue. Yeah, Money, how you doing as well? Glad to have you here. What do you see? I know there's some people doing like some crazy not safe for work artworks, but these people will be removed. The mods don't allow, unfortunately. That's actually something that Mila had an issue. She had an issue where her artwork got removed because she had a bit too much titty. God forbid a woman have booba, you know what I mean? But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I get it. I get that this is supposed to be an all ages server and you don't want to have like a reputation of having like a gooner. You know what I mean? Gooner artworks on fucking like a game that kids play. That's why all the artworks that I have selected, like I censor them pretty heavily, so it just shows the face. Because then it's not gonna like be anything too bad. You know? Like yeah, I've basically been taking the Instagram approach of like censoring anything that's not family friendly. But I kind of get that, you know what I mean? I kind of get where they're coming from. A little bit unfortunate though. God forbid a woman have booba, Kindred 2025. You can quote me. You can make a shirt out of that. God forbid a woman have... Be well endowed, you know what I mean? God forbid a woman have titty. Oh yeah. Aqui já jogou Stardew Valley. Sabe qual é o seu personagem favorito? Joguei faz muitos anos. Muitos anos. Yeah. Is Amina Odds back on Wplace? Well, yeah, but that's because her community has been going crazy trying to keep it up. But she got deleted like twice. I think that might also be just be a mod. Like, there's also like talk. Like, I haven't heard from this, but apparently there's one mod on Wplace that is like banning pretty much like anybody with cleavage. I saw this because like, while Mina's a little bit like, she's got some big old booba. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit harder to defend as like a fully safe for work. I've seen people ban like Uma Musume characters. Like that's not Gooner shit. That's just like an anime girl. Like, so it might be that it might be just one mod that like clapped her artwork rather than the team's decision. But you know, I see both sides. I see both sides on this one. I just hope that people can find a middle ground because I do like Wplace. You know, I don't think every artwork needs to be like super family friendly. Like, you can have something that's like a little bit sus, you know? But as long as it's not anything explicit or too like, you know what I mean? It's the DreamWorks logic of like, you can have some adult jokes on your movie as long as like kids don't know. You know what I mean? I've seen so much 90s yaoi anime that's running rampant around here. I saw fucking Boku no Pico, dude. Boku no Pico, the fucking old ass dude. Whoever drew Boku no Pico is like over 35. There's not a single person under 20 that knows what the fuck Boku no Pico is. Like, that is crazy. Like, Boku no Pico was the kind of shit that you'd recommend your friends to like troll them, because they were like, oh, what's this anime about? And then they were watching it. It's like fucking yaoi. You know what I mean? So weird, that shit. Remember some polemic shit happening because Wplace staff, some of them act without the consent from the staff? Well, you gotta keep in mind, the game was... Like, this game got like 10 million players in like less than 6 months. You know what I mean? So what I think happened, and this is purely speculation, is that they got a bunch of mods. Like, they opened... requests and got a bunch of mods, but you can only control it so much. You can only offload your team so much and control it without being like, you know, too much to handle. Because you gotta keep in mind, I'm perfectly okay with like my artwork getting deleted accidentally and then like we like claiming and having a ticket back. Then the fucking like slur fest that it was in like last month. Like, people were just like drawing slurs and swastikas and shit and like going crazy. That's not something that I think. Like, I will take the artwork sometimes getting clapped without meaning to, and then they compensate you. You know what I mean? Boku no Pico, something old veteran anime weaves, like Vietnam's flashback. It kind of is, isn't it? It kind of is. You know what I mean? That's, you know. I think that is growing pains. As much as I'm not trying to defend the game too much, because, you know, I'm not like part of the team or anything. I'm just like using logic here and trying to be like reasonable. I think this is growing pains. I think the game just got too much popular, because you gotta keep in mind, this is a small project from like a Brazilian team. You know what I mean? This is not like a big company going crazy. So I really think all of these like issues that they have are just growing pains. You know? Because the game got too popular too fast, and they did not expect, and they were very blessed. But now they gotta like fix their shit up if they want to keep this. That's what I think is happened. That's what I think happened. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? AMV hell. I have a friend of mine. Her username is like anime 4 days. Her name is Lucy. And I find it so funny. She was like a huge like AMV YouTuber. I watched her videos in Brazil, dude. I didn't know that at the time when I met her. But then I saw the video, I was like, oh, I remember that shit, dude. It's like some nightcore shit or something. Like that was crazy, dude. That was crazy. Very funny. Very funny. Nothing nowadays that like platforms are more mindful of copyright and that kind of stuff. It's like harder to like relive those days, right? But nothing, and I say nothing, will ever beat the AMV era of YouTube. You know? That was unmatched. That was peak. I'm so for real with you. Nothing is ever gonna beat the 2010s, 2004 era of YouTube, where you would just post like a speed up version of like a popular song with like some anime go in the background. You know what I mean? Fuck copyright, you know? Like, what even was copyright? People didn't give a fuck about that. You know? Those were different times. Those are different times, you know what I mean? Not that I'm against copyright. I am fine with copyright existing, because otherwise, you know, how artists make money. Like, copyright is important for artists and writers. Like, as much as I complain about it being a social media creator, I am also an artist. I understand why copyright exists. But I wish there was ways to, like, you know how like YouTube system will like flag a video and then the artist can be like decide if they want to take it down or like just claim the money. I wish there was a way not to like take all of the money, but like split it evenly. So like if you reuse in the same way that TikTok does it, where like they gave some money to the artist and then they allow you for like there's like a limited use. You could have licenses like that where it's just like you take a little bit of the money that I make as a part of like a license thing, and I can use your songs. You know, like say like I used to listen to like fucking, I don't know, like funk mashups, right? And then like, I don't know, like Lil Nas fucking copyright claims me, you know, because I wouldn't he? It's his song, right? Even if it's mashed up. And then you could have like, he takes a little bit of the money from my stream and I get to use it, you know what I mean? Here is Shotakon. I hate it every minute. Oh yeah, Boku no Pico is Shotakon. Don't fucking watch that shit. It's not yaoi. It's Shotakon yaoi. It's awful. You know what I mean? I never watched that shit, but I knew of it, and yeah, it's creepy as shit. Don't fucking watch that garbage. There you go. I think Light Peach. People already finished this. Now we're going on to Peach. All right. We're really halfway. We're really getting close to being done with this. I think this is like just the highlights and small details of it. Oh, damn. Watch Diabolic Lovers, please, for the sake of our fun seeing you go mad. What is Diabolic Lovers? Diabolic Lovers. What is it? Is it an anime? What is it about? Diabolic Lovers. What is this? Innocent girl lives in a mansion where she's gonna be staying while studying. In the mansion, she discovers her roommates are vampires. The vampires start feeling an uncontrollable desire to have her. Oh, that would be an interesting watch, I guess. That looks, out of all the anime that I've ever seen, that is certainly one of them. This shit is so ass. Now you're kind of making me want to watch it, ironically. Not gonna lie. This shit is so ass. Bro, I'm gonna be so for real. I usually say that like certain words in English are just so funny to say. This shit is so ass. Just hits such a specific feeling. I don't know how to describe it. As like a non-English speaker, this shit is so ass. Hits so perfectly to describe this kind of feeling. I'm not even joking. Hey Red Dev, how you doing here? Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I was actually watching a review of a guy that was like genuinely analyzing Sword Art Online, and it's so funny because I used to remember Sword Art Online as being bad, but I didn't remember how fucking bad it was. And it's kind of wild how such a like a mid anime became such a fucking cultural icon for like weebs. You know what I mean? It's genuinely crazy how like such a mid-tier anime. I think it's really because of two things. It's because like it really hit the audiences. Like I think there was like a teen audience that was starved for self-fulfilling, such a wish fulfillment anime. On top of the concept being actually kind of strong. Like the sort of Hunger Games style was like, I mean, this was, I think, wait, did Sword Art Online came before? Sword Art Online release. October 2016, Hunger Games release. Oh, 2012. Yeah. It was like the age of like Hunger Games style games. And Sword Art Online was kind of like a mix of like Hunger Games and video game culture. And, you know what I mean? If you die in the game, you die in real life kind of shit. Type shit. Right? But I think the strong, like the wish fulfillment plus the really strong concept is what made Sal become such a like a cultural icon. That basically spawned the whole like isekai genre. You know what I mean? That's why there's so many fucking main characters that have like black hair and just like nerds. But it's really funny because when you go back to Sal and you watch it, you're like, ooh, that was. How did this become popular? You know what I mean? Like people were really starved for like a. People were really aside from the animation is actually kind of sick. Like the animation of Sal, I gotta say, is actually kind of cool, and the opening song for the first season is actually kind of sick as well. You know what I mean? The abridged series of Sao is good though. I actually saw the guy mention that. I've never watched the Sao abridged, but I actually saw the guy that reviewed it actually talk like give praise to Sao abridged. Kind of funny how that goes. Diabolic Lover is one of those shows that wants to be 8-bit Rex but didn't have the balls. I see Hellsing, Trinity Blood, and other animes. The concept was groundbreaking at the time. I think the concept was actually pretty strong. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, again, there was not a lot of anime taking inspiration from video games specifically. It's like how nowadays, like every superhero movie just like basically carbon copies the... It's basically, it's actually pretty similar to how like some movies never really like took inspiration from video games. It's literally the same shit but for anime. And I think that's what really caused it to like blow up. You know what I mean? There was like a bit of fantasy with like futurism and video game culture and wish fulfillment that just became like a powdered keg for weebs. You know what I mean? Did it not paint? The fuck? Ok. Você é brasileiro, aprendeu inglês sozinho? Alguém ajudou você a aprender? Nasceu sabendo falar inglês? Não. Eu estudei alguns anos na cultura inglesa. E aí eu parei. E depois eu comecei a usar sozinho. Falando na gringa, aprendendo, escutando. Mas o básico do básico eu aprendi em escola. E aí o resto eu aprendi falando. E aí, Patinho. Cheguei tarde do churrasco. Salve. Salve. Hey, Princess Rena. Glad to have you here. Typical generic anime isekai. I died and got reincarnated into a useless mob. I didn't know I was the creator of the game. Pretty much. You know, I gotta say though, can I be the devil's advocate for a moment? I don't think all isekai are bad. I just think that isekai... You know when I think like there's some like really peak isekai? When they make it slice of life. Because the slice of life isekai genre, and I don't mean like the generic wish fulfillment harem ones, I mean the silly ones. There's an anime that I really like. It was like Office Worker Demon Lord anime, something like that. What was it? It's not part-time, Devils are part-time. Yeah, this one. Overworked employee summoned by a demon lord to lead. It's so funny. This one is actually so good. What is the name of this fucking anime? Where is it? Is it this one? Is this the anime name? Headhunted to Another World. From salaryman to big... This is the one. This one is actually so silly. It's great. It's this overworked office dude that dies, and then he gets reincarnated as like the demon lord like general. And he gets like just like a normal 9 to 5, but in this like fantasy setting. So they're like, oh, you're gonna get your own office and you get workers' rights and holidays. And it's like, wait, is this actually kind of sick? It's so good, dude. It's so stupid. Because I think he's like a black company worker, which is like basically like a abusive company worker in Japan. And he goes to another world and he gets like hired by the demon lord to basically be a manager to his troops. You know what I mean? And it's so silly. It's so fucking stupid that it's just great. You know what I mean? Konosuba is another one that basically is like a riff on isekai, but like from a satire kind of almost. That's when I think isekai is actually very good. When you have the contrast of like, you know, regular world with like fantasy. You know, how would that like go about kind of situation? And then it can be kind of silly as well. Have you ever seen the reincarnated slime? I've seen the reincarnated slime. It's okay. It's pretty You know what I mean? I think the design of the characters are really sick, and then they kind of like water it down to become like a bunch of like generic waifus and husbandas. There's some good moments on that anime, but it's fine. Like it's not bad enough to hate watch it. It's not good enough to be great. It's fine. You know what I mean? Frieren is not isekai. Frieren is not isekai. Frieren is not a isekai anime. No. But yeah, I love it, not gonna lie. I like it. I do like that kind of stuff as well. By the way, I was actually thinking of like, I know that this is the reference, and this is actually painted correctly on the reference, but I was actually thinking of changing Nyla's face a little bit to remove those like random splashes of like whatever this color is. That's just my opinion. You guys can do it if you want to or not. I think that might look a little bit better. Because you see the flat face actually looks a little bit better. This is correct how the reference done it. It's just that I think it might be better if we change it manually. Because you see how there's just like a bunch of like these like random colors, like from the yellow. I think if we remove this, might be better. But that's just my opinion. If we make it pink like the rest of the highlight from the face, it might be a little bit more natural. That's just my opinion. I think that might be a little bit better because it matches the face with me and Chonky. But I don't know. Frieren is just fantasy. Frieren is actually a really good fantasy anime. Like I don't see people singing Frieren's praises enough. Actually, kind of a really interesting question because I feel like a lot of people misunderstood Frieren. And I don't mean that on the narrative kind of part. I mean the demons kind of part. So I saw a lot of people saying like, why does Frieren treat the demons like they're not even people? You know what I mean? They can't be. Why does she treat them like with such apathy when she's supposed to be in touch with her emotions? And I think those people don't understand that that's supposed to be the point. You know what I mean? Like, Frieren will just kill like demons that don't look like humans, and then I saw people have no sympathy. But then she will kill the demons that look like humans. And people are going to be like, oh, why didn't she try to rehabilitate him? That's the point. The demons are supposed to be like human predators. They prey on empathy. And I think the reason why Frieren can notice that is because she's also a little bit distant from that human empathy that she begins to learn. It's the shock of she's trying to reach for the humans so she doesn't isolate herself too much. But then the demons predate on that stuff. And the humans that are too empathetic to the other fall victim to them. It's literally like a plant that mimics animals to hunt them. You know what I mean? And that's supposed to be the point. It's precisely the opposite of an anime like the Devil May Cry one, where the demons are supposed to be like show another side of humanity on the demons. Frieren is not supposed to be like that. The demons are just evil. Because that's kind of the point. They're manipulating the human empathy. They're mimicking that human empathy so that humans that are empathetic creatures will fall victim to it. You know what I mean? And that's the struggle. That's the struggle that she's, you know, she can see that because she's detached from it, but she's also trying to keep in touch with the humans so she doesn't isolate herself too much from the people that she loves and who love her. You know? I think that's a really Like, that's a really active choice that the anime makes, making the demons humanized. You know what I mean? It reminds me a lot of Overlord, for example. In Overlord, you have a character the main character is supposed to be evil. The main character is not supposed to be a good guy. You know what I mean? But people don't realize this until they started killing humans, and it's just like, yeah, that's kind of the point. He's supposed to be evil, but you know, it's easy for people to empathize for creatures, for other things that look more human than if they were more grotesque and creature-like. And I don't think that's an issue with Freeman. I think that's the strong suit. I feel like that contrast is really the weight of the narrative. And Fearing has a lot of like things, good points going strong for it. How they subverge the fantasy genre by starting the story at the very end. Because we're literally seeing the end of Fearing and the new beginnings of the new generation. It's basically like it's kind of similar to how Expedition 33, you know, talks about like the generations that come before you and how we prepare the future. The ends prepare new beginnings kind of type. You know? I really think that people misunderstand Freering a lot. Because they're like, oh, why doesn't Freering empathize for the demon? You know, that kind of stuff. And I get the point. I get the point that it's very rare to see like inherent evil. Usually nowadays we have like narratives that like, oh, everything is like two-sided, right? It's very rare to see like this character is evil, they're inherent evil. You know what I mean? They can't be changed. But it's really nice to portray that because I feel like it kind of portrays like a type of abuse actually. Where like they're literal predators, they're hunting humans. And they abuse that like empathy that every human has for things that look human to basically kill them. You know what I mean? I really like Freerun. I prefer Dungeon Meshi because I kind of fuck with that kind of anime more. But Freerun is such a good watch. You know what I mean? Freerun is such a good watch. Like, I can't sing enough praises for Freerun. I think that like narrative-wise, that anime should have won Anime of the Year, and it's not even close. Like, the way that anime, I think, is gonna be something that people look back to it and like treat it like fucking Evangelion, where they like analyze it to no end to like keep unraveling the depths of that narrative. I'm being so for real with you. Because the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. My mom knows I watch VTuber, so she said when she saw my screen. I mean, it's not really that different from like watching regular streamers. I know there's a little bit of a shock for people that don't know what VTubers are to see like the anime character on the screen, especially with like how the designs are kind of silly sometimes. But it's just like watching a streamer. You're literally just talking. You know what I mean? It might have been a little bit more shocking if it was the kind of like roleplay stream with like people like roleplay like GFE or BFE experiences. But I'm just a guy. I'm just like here talking. You know what I mean? Well, I'm just too lazy to have my camera on, basically. What about Anime Assassination Classroom? Haven't watched that one. Didn't interest me. Delicious in Dungeon is really interesting. Delicious in Dungeon, I think, is interesting for completely different reasons. I think the narrative of Delicious in Dungeon is actually very unique as well. A unique take on slice of life, where they treat the slice of life fantasy more in like a daily kind of like the menial tasks of like cooking and survival and, you know, things like natural habitats of creatures. But that anime cares itself on just having like peak world building. That's actually something that like it's a Freering and Delicious in Dungeon are actually a great lesson for artists. Because both of them have very different takes at fantasy and both of them play their strengths to a maximum. Where I think like Freering takes itself like Freering stands out for having a great narrative and amazing discussions. Delicious in Dungeon stands out by having amazing world building. So if you don't really want to like reinvent the wheel, what you should do is play your strengths. If you think you can make an amazing world and like gorgeous characters, amazing world, really interesting dynamics, then go wild, you know, make it interesting. Play your strengths. Rather than like trying to be something that you're not. You know? Because Delicious in Dungeon doesn't reinvent the wheel. It's a slice of life fantasy anime. It's not exactly something new. There's plenty of these. But what it does do, it takes this in the new light of like the more, how would those people live? And it makes them so viscerally real that you can't help but be enamored by the world. You know what I mean? And sure, the characters are great as well, but they're great in like a sitcom kind of ways because they don't have like this amazing like world-changing goal of like saving the world from the demon lord. They talk about that kind of stuff, sure, but they don't really care about that. The goal that the Delicious in Dungeon party has, it's just saving the sister, right? And going down the dungeon is actually kind of like a secondary goal. You know what I mean? They treat it like an office job almost. You know what I mean? But what it is like an amazing world building, from like the way they cook the creatures to how they survive and how would they make a living. You know what I mean? It is really cool. Also, Dungeon in the Man, she gives fan service to man as well. That is also something that I like a lot about Delicious in Dungeon is Lias. Because it's very rare to see like a... Like usually you either get like chubby fat or you get like super skinny ripped up characters. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually much prefer the chubby kind of guys. But my characters is super ripped because, you know, it's anime. As much as I love it, I know it's a minority. You know, I fall victim of that too, of falling onto that trap. But Lias is not that. Lias is like kind of a chubby guy. He's a strong chubby guy. He's like a blue... He's got... You know what he is? He's got the blue collar build of like somebody that eats well, likes eating well. He's a foodie, but also like does heavy lifting and like physical labor. So he's like quite strong and developed because of it. Because you got to keep in mind, for a dude to be like super muscly ripped, he has to have a very specific restrictive diet. He needs to treat his body like a temple and really control what he eats, control how he schedules his workouts. You know what I mean? It's a very restrictive kind of diet. And that's not Lias. Lias is the guy that likes eating good. You know what I mean? He's a foodie. His passion is eating. Monsters and eating. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of how he is. Fell asleep to your audios last night. I was watching your reviews this morning. Oh, I'm glad you fell asleep to my voice. Lias is such a cute chubby guy. I hate it. I hate. There's nothing that triggers me more when people draw Lias like a skinny, ripped anime character. That raises a fire in me. Because I'm like, dude, we barely get any chubby characters that like are kind of like chubby strong. You already have so much. Don't fucking skinify Lias. Draw him chubby strong. He is a muscle blue collar kind of build. He's a foodie that likes monsters and eating. And he has a lot of physical labor. So he's muscly. He's a chubby muscle kind of dude. Don't take that away from us. You know what I mean? Dude, that drives me up a wall when I see that on Twitter, dude. It's one of those things that I have to actively hold my hand so I don't like fucking, you know what I mean? So I don't comment. So I just scroll by and ignore it. Because if not, dude, oh, I hate that. I hate when people turn Lias into a twink, dude. I have to actively stop myself from like falling for the rage bait every single time. I'm not even closing. I'm not even joking, dude. It's a strong. It's called a strongman in general. Exactly. It's a blue collar like strong Scotsman kind of type. Where he's like, he has a bit of a belly, but his arms and shoulders look huge because he does a lot of labor. He's the front guy. He's the front line of the party, right? He fucking does heavy lifting. You know what I mean? Oh, that drives me up a wall, dude. That drives me up a wall. I swear to God, man. So I'm so for real with you. So for real. Not even joking, man. Not even joking. Call that body teddy bear vibe. Dude, yes. Teddy bear. 100%. 100%. I want to BF like Lias. I'll tell you. It's the kind of guy that goes to the gym 3 times a week minimum or at least like is a blue collar worker, but also is a foodie and enjoys eating good. That's the kind of guy that gets that build. That's my cheat sheet for you. You know what I mean? Usually the kind of guy that has the routine of like heavy labor, okay, going out regularly, but also eats good, gets that exact kind of build. You have a crush on liars. It's one of the characters that I do enjoy. I gotta say, it is one of the characters that I do enjoy. I fuck with liars. That is just my type. Not gonna lie. You know what I mean? What kind of song is this? Kind of cool. I like it. It's giving me young. The song is giving me young Kanye vibes, isn't it? It's a little bit. It's giving me like young Kanye West vibes when the rap segment of the song started. Kind of funny how that goes, man. Kanye West is one of those things that like fucking brings a tear to my eye, because the dude really fell from grace, man. He used to be like kind of like a really good pop artist, and then just went down the rabbit hole of. He became that kind of guy that like families have, and they're like, oh yeah, we don't really talk about him anymore. You know what I mean? Kindred Exilus is my new favorite ship. I mean, you know, Silas is kind of juicy, not gonna lie. Yeah. Facial hair is so underrated too. Facial hair is one of those things that I really fucking love. I just wished you could do facial hair better in an anime setting. If Nyla, for some miracle, found a way to make my facial hair look good in an anime style, I would do it every single time. Like, I would not. The reason why I don't have more of a beard in my model right now is because I haven't found a way to make it look good in an anime style. Otherwise, I would 100% have that. Hey, Roos, how you doing as well? Thanks so much for the follow, my friend. But yeah, we're pretty close to getting this done, aren't we? Mostly done with Chunky's face, mostly done with her arm. Because this is mostly white. We can leave this the booba section for last, because it's mostly white. I feel like finishing up the arms first would be better. I don't know why people hate facial hair so much. Like, why anime has 0? I think it's because it's not that people hate it. I think it's because people haven't made it look good. Anime has a very interesting proportions for face that I think don't really prioritize. You want to know a manga that actually makes a Dilf beard character looks really good? Damn, bro, looking peak. I know, it's looking amazing. Our community has been going crazy on Wplace. Where is it? Where is that? Where's that novel? Fallen in love with my ex-fiance's grandfather. This novel actually makes the Dilf character look really good. This is one of the few anime styles that I think really made the Dilf look good. This one is actually a really funny watch as well. Really fun read. It's Fallen in love with my ex-fiance's grandfather. But you see how even the mustache is not that like really connected? It's really hard to make a anime style look good with beard. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how that goes. But yeah, here it is. Where is it? Where's the deal? This one. If I could get the model to look good, because it's also hard to animate. You gotta keep in mind, this is also very hard to animate. If I could get this style of beard to look good on my model, I would take it 100% of the time. That looks so good. It's actually the type of beard that I rock it in real life. Because I like that kind of beard. You know what I mean? This is the style that I use. But it's just really hard to make that into a model and animate it as well. So, gotta keep wishing on that one. Gotta keep wishing until that one. A Dilf? That is so hot. I tell you, I read a lot of stories. That is actually a really funny watch. It's like if you have a weekend to watch that, it's a really funny little casual read. It's a really funny little casual read. There you go. How's it looking so far? I think it's looking amazing so far. What do you say? I add kindredspiritva to my fanfics. Hey Krilla, how you doing as well? Where is this? This is in China. Because Tokyo is already super full. We've already worked a little bit in Tokyo. And right now we've already worked a little bit in Tokyo, although we gotta fix this little bit of a grief. Right now we're working in China. We're working on China to have this little collab done. Some of the band playing the music bounces off the walls to reach the audience. Does not happen when the pigeon is on stage. The reason the acoustic. That was a great pun, Duckbringer. How you doing as well? Glad to have you here. That's actually a pretty unique pun. I haven't heard that one before. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like as well. Leave a like. Talk to me in the chat. I love talking to people, so don't be shy. Do say hi in the chat as well. Yeah, leave a like if you can. I would greatly appreciate that as well. You know? I also worry. I think I know what's the reason. Sometimes I wonder if the reason why YouTube thinks there's less people in the stream than there actually are is because the chat is kind of slow. So I think he might think that some people are AFKing and count it as botting. Because I think that might be the case. Because sometimes there's a lot more people watching on YouTube than it actually shows when you look at the participants list. So I think that might be the case. You know what I mean? I was having to staying alive on the treadmill. My wife say that's not cardio. That's suffering, I guess. I see. Love the puns. Love the puns. You're struggling to find it. It's in China. China. It's in China. There's always the 6 names on YouTube chat too. I think it's because YouTube is a lot more passive. YouTube chat lends itself for a lot more just put it on the TV, lurk it a little bit, just have it watching in the background. That's just kind of how I've been getting the impression. I mean, people can prove me wrong. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to be more active in the chat, absolutely. Don't be shy, you know. But from my experience streaming on YouTube and Twitch, I think the people on Twitch are a lot more active in the chat. They're a lot more talkative, while people on YouTube tend to just sit back and watch the stream and just relax. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey Rena, hey Mina, how you doing as well? Glad to have you guys here. I also love it when people start making friends amongst the chat as well. So engaging, I like engaging, it's very evident as well. Oh, you know. It's also kind of fun because, you know, people bring their friends into the stream, so they have people having conversations in between and kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, Nexus Mage, thank you so much for the follow. Genuine question. What platform benefits you the most when you stream, Ken? Or do you have something that you prefer? Both of them have downsides and upsides. So YouTube is better after I'm done streaming. Because if a lot of people watch me on YouTube, let me actually pull up my YouTube channel so I can show you. If people watch me a lot on YouTube, then YouTube help. If a lot of people watch my channel while I'm live, YouTube promotes the VOD. Something that Twitch doesn't do, because VODs only have a 60-day time period. So for example, this Twisted Gallery game, like 2/3 of this views, the 2.5 thousand views, were, oh, you guys can see it, this one. The majority of these views came after I went live. YouTube is just recommending that game. And this happened because a lot of people went to watch my stream live on YouTube. And we're very active in the chat. It was a very popular stream. So YouTube pushed that video for more people. Same deal with Wplace. Wplace is a little bit more up than usual. Love and D-Space tends to get a lot of views. This was a freebie one, but when it's like a gacha event, gets to get a lot of views as well, like the Xavier one, the, what is his name? The summer one as well, got like 1.6k, right? So it's better for that. However, Twitch has more, Twitch has more benefits if you're already on Twitch. So Twitch has the Amazon Primes, there's gifted subs that people can get, you know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, if you want to watch it on Twitch, go watch it on Twitch. If you want to go watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. Because either way, you're counting one extra viewer on Twitch and YouTube. So I've actually been quite intent on growing YouTube and like supporting my YouTube channel. You know, like I've been trying to post more regular highlights. I've been trying to engage people on YouTube as well. But it's also like Twitch also has the channel points and redeems that people can do, which I do work it out. I do try to work it out to have it on YouTube as well. But, you know, or be like me and have both streams open at the same time. Well, you could do that, but I don't ask people. I don't ask people to do that. That's like a super cool thing to do, but you know, most people just want to sit back and watch the stream. Like, if you want to support both of them, go crazy. I'm not gonna stop you. But you know what I mean? I think YouTube is better in the long run, and Twitch is better in the short run, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. And to be fair, I've only been streaming on YouTube for 6 months now. So, you know. I used to post videos on YouTube, but I've only been started streaming regularly on YouTube for 6 months. So, you know. When I get a commercial on one, I switch to the other. That's Giga Brain. Have both of them open, so when you get an ad on one, you switch to the other. That's actually genius. That's actually you are living in the future, my friend. That's crazy. Why do most of the redeems not working? Because a few months ago it broke and I never got around to fixing it. Because it's very annoying to do so. Because you basically have to set up a bunch of like layers on the VTuber Studio and set it up again. That's why it's very annoying to do so. You know? Because by the time preparing from an assignment, my first thing I read is Kindless. You know, I was scared of talking here, but I'm usually more of a listener. It's been a little lonely not having a place to just talk and feel heard. I just feel afraid. Well, I do know that some streamers don't really engage with the chat as much as I do, which is not a criticism. It's just a different vibe. Like, I like when my chat is very active. I enjoy when my chat is like talking, and we talk back and we make fun. You know, like people tease me, I tease them. I enjoy that kind of back and forth. But I know that some streamers don't really have the mental capacity or don't really care for that. So they don't like engage as much. They're kind of like doing their own thing, and sometimes they'll fish a comment from the chat to respond. Right? But I like that. I always want to engage. I want people to feel very open to talk as much as they want to. Right? Because that's when I have most fun. I have most fun when I'm talking to people and... you know, we're kind of like doing our own thing and just, you know. I mean, look at the highlights that I post on YouTube. Like 90% of the highlights are just me talking to the chat. You know, it's just, that's when I have the most fun. Also, when you're a smaller streamer, so it's easier. Nah, that is not true. That is not true. I had 5,000 people here, more than twice. Be that from like going viral on TikTok once or, you know, going on the front page of Twitch. It is a choice. I know that it's not for everybody. Some people just don't like it. To have that, like, keep, like, reading it super fast and trying to read everybody. But that is a choice. That is an active choice. I've seen small streamers that ignore the chat, and I've seen big streamers that read every single message. It is a choice. And it's a choice that you are perfectly... It's not a criticism of mine if you make that choice. But it is a choice. It's not saying, like, oh, I can't do it. But slow down the chat. You can read it. You can make ways to read every message if you want to. You can just choose not to, which is fine. Again, it's just a different type of stream. You know, some streams are more passive, where you're just like kind of watching and the streamer's doing its own thing. And that's okay. It's not like a criticism. It's just, that's not an excuse for it. You know what I mean? Hey, Dream Warden, been lurking in the back, but I'm now asleep. Good night, Kindred. I know, I saw you when we started. Yes. There you go. See, like, just proving my point that YouTube enjoys lurking a lot. But yeah, good night, Dream Warden. Have a wonderful night's sleep. Okay. Hey, yo, he cut the hair. Yeah, I've been trying to like switch it up a little bit with the toggles. You know what I mean? Since the toggles are not working, might as well just switch it up randomly myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do a posture check. All right. Oh, that was a loud pop. Jesus Christ. Also gotta finish this hot lemonade that I have here. We've been talking so much that I actually forgot that I was drinking. Quite enjoyable, isn't it? Quite enjoyable. But yeah. if I had to say like, if you're a new viewer, right? And you're deciding like, oh, should I watch it on Twitch? Should I watch it on YouTube? Here's what I want you to ask yourself. Do you watch Twitch already? Do you already have somebody that you watch on Twitch? If you don't, go to YouTube. If you do, go to Twitch. That's what I tell people. Unless you want to go to Twitch, unless you want to like move away from YouTube, then okay, I guess. Great. I'm not going to stop you. You know, it still counts as one viewer for me. Either way, it's one more viewer, so supports me all the same, like, you know? But what I tell people is watch me where you're most comfortable. If you're most comfortable on YouTube, you can watch it on YouTube. If you're most comfortable on Twitch, you can watch it on Twitch. You know? That's what I would prefer. This is what I'm watching on YouTube. This is the most sober drinking stream ever. I know, I need to catch up. I've never been this sober in the drinking stream before. Okay. If you're crazy, you can watch it on both. I mean, you know. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. It does support me. Running out of pixels already. Dude, when is Wplace gonna add a feature that like if you're a content creator you get a little bit more charges? Come on. Come on. Do a solid for the content creators. Do a solid for the content creators, okay? Raise that cap a little bit, Wplace admins. I'll be very happy about that. I'm already putting so much money. Can I get a little bit in return? I'm also spreading the word, which is funny because I know this is a Brazilian game and Brazilians gotta uplift each other, right? But I actually got a lot of my friends into Wplace by like hyping up the game and, you know, hyping up the game and telling people to like give it a try. Like I think I got like Vora, I don't know if Mila I think you might have seen by herself. But I definitely talked about it with Vora, Chonky, Nova. I don't know if I think Lunaria also saw it by herself, but she's also into Wplace as well. You know what I mean? I also like that like one of the admins, one of the mods in Wplace joined that community. And I've been trying to like... I know that she's, you know, not exclusive, like a support system for me or anything. But I've been trying to like reach out for a lot of the partners that are streaming Wplace, like if they have any issues. Mostly because like I'm afraid of the, like whenever there's like issues, I just hope for the game's best development. You know what I mean? And I know like some people got mad because the Reddit was doing that, but like genuinely you gotta give a little bit. Like it's the same deal that like Hoyoverse will give like content creators some extra charges, or fucking Love and D Space will. Because the content creator is like, not to like feel too self-absorbed, but like it genuinely helps out the game. It's basically free advertisement that doesn't cost them anything. So if they're having a bad time and it shows up on their streams that they're having a bad time, then a lot of the people are just gonna see like, oh, this kind of sucks. I'm not gonna join that. What the fuck? And again, I'm not trying to say that like regular people shouldn't have support as well, only content creators. That is not the case, right? But if you haven't that like so publicly be like a bad press, that is very damaging for the, you know. Did see Vora on Wplace stream, I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah, I actually joined her a little bit. It's just because I was kind of sick. I was kind of sick, kind of already feeling a little bit sick. I think it was after the Leon on the Friday. I'm not exactly sure, but I just joined to say hi and spend some time with her quietly. You know. Yeah, it was on a Friday, I think. Dude, we're almost so done. I kind of want to put a little bit more so we can wrap this up. At least the main part of the color, because it's so close to being done. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. We can get this done. We can get this done, chat. I believe in us. I believe in us. I know it for a fact that we can get this done. At least the main colors today. And then we can just like finish up the white one after. Because, you know. Hey, Ness. How you doing as well? Glad to have you here, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh yeah, we're in the middle of China. I think this is Shanghai, yes. I don't know if Shanghai is like a big city in China. I just like Shanghai. I don't know why. You know what I mean? I know that if it's actually Beijing, that's the think it's like over here. It's like the capital of China. China. Where's the capital? Okay, there you go. There's the capital of China. Yeah, this is the capital of China. Ooh, it seems that some people are grieving already. Oh, poor gal. Yeah, unfortunate. Always gets to it. That's so that's so much a backlash to have like some. That's crazy. That caught me by surprise. Having so right next to the fucking grief up above, and it's like, here's some. That is so funny, dude. That's crazy. Hey, Balatrino, Mr. Balatro. That's wild. You have some memes, Freerin. Yeah, there's a few on that are cool. That fucking furry artwork caught me by surprise. Hey, that is gorgeous, dude. Look at that. Peak. That's actually peak. This is peak anime right here. I'm so sorry. It was either Freerin or Apothecary Diaries. The fucking. This is so good. This is actually so peak. 100%. I would die on that hill. It took me a while to get to it as well, because like, I don't know, it's like one of those anime that just like gets onto your backlog and you never really get to it. But when I got to it, this anime deserves the hype. This is actually so good. Wait. No, for a second I thought that was... No, that's not. For a second I thought that was Love and D Space. I was like, oh. No. It's just some generic anime. We really should do Love and D Space. Dude, I'm gonna reach out to Angel. I'm gonna send them a message right now, actually. I'm gonna reach a message to Gacha Goblin and Angel. Let me send a message to them. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. I'm sending them a message right now, actually, so I don't forget. There you go. There you go. All right. I love Heaven's Official cleansing. Heaven's Official is a blessing. Yeah. I think we should definitely do that for Love and D Space. I know we've been doing mostly VTubers, and I get that's like, you know, fandom. You know what I mean? You wanna use artworks that you own as well, that kind of stuff. But you know, but that was of Heaven's Official blessing, was it? I haven't seen that one before. You gotta keep in mind, there's only so much time that I have to consume media, so a lot of times I am a little bit behind when it comes to culture. It's actually something that I've been trying to actively avoid, is getting myself too stuck in my own, and you know, watch anime, watch movies, listen to music. Because you'd be surprised how stuck in your own head you can get as a content creator. If you're always like focused on editing, listening to music. Because a lot of my stream is just like me talking, right? And my experiences and my points of view. So if I can't broaden my horizons and have like an interesting point of view and perspectives and that kind of stuff, then I wouldn't be interesting to talk to, right? That's actually why, you know, I've been trying to do that, and it's very important, you know? But there's only so much you can do when it comes, because I edit my own videos, you know, I gotta stream as well, I gotta think of content, I sometimes like look at analytics, I record my audios, there's contracts as well that I gotta take care of, right, for voice work, so, you know. Cutely makes the BB Potter in the corner. I saw the BB Potter pod. I saw it. Apothecary Diaries is supposed to be getting a season 2, by the way. I know. I saw. Yeah. I found it. What did you find? Thanks to the person who told me to hold off of trying the game. What trying the game? What game are you talking about? Hey, Patricia, making my 3-year-old brother clean by himself. Oh, I mean, it's good. It's supposed to be independent. It's actually something that like a lot of parents struggle, is teaching your kid, like, don't baby too much your kid. Like, of course you want to baby them while they're young. You're not going to be like having adult expectations. But like, the sooner you treat your child to like, you know, don't speak to them in baby voice, tell them to like teach them like, you know what I mean, like stuff early, the better they're gonna learn. You know what I mean? So if you teach them early to clean him by himself and, you know, be well behaved, that's actually gonna be very good for him in the long term. Cousin Officials, the BL is super cute. Sounds like a fun time. Yeah, I love old-timey Chinese fiction, because I feel like Chinese fiction in the West has been something that has been very ignored, aside from the Journey to the West. Like, Chinese, you gotta keep in mind, China is a millennial nation. Like, the Chinese people have like millennia of history. Like, Europe doesn't usually go that far. You know what I mean? And because of that, like, their mythologies are greatly developed. You know? Never understood the baby voice thing. Okay, babies understand regular pitch, they just don't raise your voice. Exactly. Like, it doesn't act... I get why. It's because they're cute, right? It's because they're cute that people do the baby voice. But speaking to them regularly actually makes them speak so much faster. The son of my godfather. I don't know what the thing is, but I don't know what the parenting there is. But that son got to learn so much faster than his peers, mostly because of this like logic of teaching, this philosophy of teaching. Your god cousin? God cousin? Is that it? Yeah, my god cousin is what I was talking about. Oh, impressed. Also, by the way, thank you so much for everybody that's joining us on YouTube and Twitch as well. Thank you so much for your support. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like as well, because leaving likes supports yours truly. So if you can, I would greatly appreciate that. I use the baby voice for my fur baby. She's just so cute. Surprisingly, that's actually good. Inversely to the dog thing, talking that to dogs is actually good. Because dogs don't understand words, they understand pitch. Well, they understand some words, if you repeat it very often. But they do understand pitch a lot easier. So for dogs, doing baby voice actually teaches them to like understand that like, oh, baby voice means you're happy. You know, like a more serious tone indicates that they've done something wrong. Surprising, that's actually the inverse of like actual babies. You shouldn't talk to babies in baby voice. But to fur babies actually does help out. It does help out, isn't it? Kind of funny how that goes. Kind of funny how that goes. The baby voice when talking to animals is instinct. I've been working with animals for 5+ years. It never stops. Oh yeah, you know. you know how that be. You know how that be. But yeah. I do enjoy my fur babies. My fur babies are very cute. Julie and Nino. If you haven't seen them, I haven't shown them on stream so long. I should probably get the camera working again. You want to know why I haven't shown them? It's because my camera is connected to the wrong PC, and I haven't been bothered to pull my cables and reorganize my cables in like forever. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why I haven't. My camera's not broken. It's just set up wrong. Like, it's connected to this PC, my gaming PC, right? And the reason why I have a gaming PC is because fucking graphics cards are so expensive that it was cheaper for me to buy a second PC and offload the stream into it than to actually get a new graphics card. Dude, we live in a dystopia, man. I fucking hate... Dude, I already hate AI bros, because, like, fuck AI bros, like, right? The generative AI stealing from writers, artists, voice actors like me. I already hated that. But I double hate AI bros because of the fucking AI drive that like Nvidia has. It's made the graphics cards triple the fucking price of like a last gen PC, dude. A top-notch graphics card is the price of the full PC from last gen. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna upgrade. I have a 3070, I am not going to upgrade. I'm just gonna buy a second PC and have it like a streaming PC and a gaming PC, and I'm gonna play on high instead of ultra. I hate AI bros. Urgh! Like, dude, it's like one of those things, the more I think about, the more I find reasons to hate them, dude. I swear to God, that. Fuck AI bros, man. Fuck that shit. God damn it, dude. God damn it, man. And well, for the feature you don't want to need first, it's not for gamers. The reason Nvidia has been doing this, I can actually talk about that because I saw a video mentioning this. The reason why Nvidia is so hardcore invested into AI features, it's not for gamers. That whole like frame gen thing has only lost them money. The reason why Nvidia cares for AI is because Nvidia sells video graphics cards for data centers. They sell those for data centers. That's where their big money making is. They actually lost money when it comes to like gamers market, and they made more money from the AI side of business. A company that has been actually picking up steam for the gamers side of the aisle is actually AMD. While I'm not like a big AMD fan for the, you know what I mean? AMD has always been the budget and mobile side. You know, for the fucking ROG Ally, like AMD was sick for that. Like the ROG Ally with the AMD graphics card was awesome. It's small, it's power efficient, it's great, right? But I haven't really been super hyped for the desktop side of things. But they have actually been picking up the slack that Nvidia has been doing with the AI bullshit, and it's just been giving like, they've just been giving good value and good prices for gamers. So we might actually see a future where AMD becomes the norm for gamers. Not gonna lie. The ancient beast that I had a Radeon RX 580 and a Ryzen 5. It was like the best PC you could get in 2017. That's actually like, if you have like, if money is not a limitation, that's actually good. Like you get the top notch from this generation, it lasts you so much longer. Like I've had this 3070 for about 6 years, and I still play games on high pretty easy. It doesn't handle streaming, multi-streaming that I do, which is kind of heavy. It doesn't handle multi-streaming in gaming, on top of me being a VTuber as well, which is also kind of heavy on top of that. However, the gaming is still going strong. And this is not even because I haven't even shown you the SteamOS that I have installed here, because I have SteamOS installed, or Bazite, but SteamOS installed on this PC. And when you run native Linux games, because you gotta keep in mind, Windows is dog shit for gaming. The current Windows is dog shit for gaming. If you run Linux on a game that is made for Linux, you get, I basically was running everything on Ultra. You know what I mean? Hey, Random Returnal, how you doing as well? A main issue with AMD is their audio drivers. Yeah, I think that's the thing that like mostly brings AMD down. Because you got to keep in mind, Nvidia for the last decade has not been investing just in hardware, but software as well. Actually, if you see the Unreal Engine 5 Nvidia things, a lot of the tools that make like next-gen graphics, it's all developed by Nvidia. Like the hair simulations, the frame gen, all that stuff as well. But like hair simulations, water physics, this is all developed in partnership with Nvidia. So I think that is why a lot of like shit just works better with Nvidia, because the software is made more closely to work with Nvidia, and then after it's like compatible with AMD. You know what I mean? That is also a big issue. You know, Nvidia is not just the graphics cards. Nvidia is also the drivers and the software. That's I think the catch. You know, which is sad because, you know, now they're doing the AI bullshit, and it's just, you know, it's like the Nvidia is like the Kanye, where it's like a sellout artist. Not the Kanye West. Kanye West is like a whole different thing. But like, Nvidia is though, it's that like big name. Nvidia is that like big name like artist that like became a sellout, and is now just like doing anything for money. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, man, I miss the old Nvidia. The Nvidia that cared for gamers. Not that like AI bullshit. You know what I mean? That's where I miss Nvidia. How about you got my current PC for our 10th anniversary a couple years back? Got tech friends hate it because it's Lenovo. I don't hate Lenovo. I have some issues with Lenovo, but if it works, it works. Like, that's something that like PC gamers should have like installed. You shouldn't have brand loyalty. The only brand loyalty that I have, and that was well earned, is Valve. Whenever Valve drops something, I always give them benefit of the doubt. I have rarely seen Valve miss, and even Valve's failures become successes. Because even the Steam Machine, from way back, Steam Machine, it's not a Steam Deck, by the way, the Steam Machine, which was like, they're like, oh, we're gonna make like a PC OS that's like gonna for gamers by gamers, right? Even that failure became what's known today as the Steam OS. They started off doing like a version of Linux, and then they started from scratch, and now it's like their whole thing. That's the only company that I give the benefit of the doubt. The only billionaire that I will stand for is Gaben. Anybody else, I don't care. Taylor Swift is fucking destroying the environment with their planes. Every billionaire is like exploitative, because to be a billionaire you gotta exploit certain things. The only billionaire that I will spare is Gaben, because he never missed, dude. He never miss. I'm sorry. And you know, fuck every billionaire, including Gaben as well, kind of, a little bit. But I will not hate as much as I hate other billionaires. Gaben is my pet billionaire. But Steam, I will give the benefit of the doubt, because I have even Steam's failures build up to something. It's not like Google that would just like throw anything at a wall and what sticks, right? Google don't give a fuck. Google will just bin shit. You know, Microsoft, when was the last time Microsoft got anything right? You know what I mean? With pushing AI to Windows. I think the last time Microsoft had like a big thing going for it was Windows 7. You know what I mean? I think that's the last time that Microsoft had like something good going on. That was like Windows 7. I'm being so for real with you. But you know. Like Fletcher and the Queen Girlies. Literally a game where you play to drive trains. Plays the game pretty good on low settings. No complaints on my end. You know what I mean? That's what I think as well. Still here, just putting my clothes away while I'm listening to you. Is it because of the video that I made, Rena? Is it because of the video that I made of the put your clothes away video? That's okay. I'll be here. Windows 7 was just so peak that I didn't upgrade until I had to. Windows 7, you want to know why I think Windows 7 was so good? Windows 7 didn't have any bullshit. Windows 7 was the first Windows that you didn't have to install any drivers. Windows was just like, oh, you're plugging up a mouse? All right, let me just pull up the drivers for this piece of hardware that you plugged up. No worries on our end. You know what I mean? Aside if it was like something specific, like an NVIDIA software or something. Like, Windows 7 was the one that started with this, hey, if you're installing a mouse or anything that's not like a specialized hardware, we download the drivers for you. It's plug and play. That was Windows 7. And that's what I think they started going downhill. Because then they started like Windows 8 was like a garbage. They started like, they were right on like the rise of tablets, but they like were way too hopeful with that one. You know what I mean? I'm a Windows XP stan. Dude, I love Windows XP, but I would not touch that with like a 10-foot mile on like regular internet. You remember Windows XP nostalgically? I remember that shit as like a virus rat's nest. Windows XP, I love Windows XP. Windows XP is literally modern PC. Modern PC as we know it. But man, it was a virus nest, dude. You had to, dude, I remember having to install a software so I could open up my files on my MP3 player because it didn't come with like a hardware. And most of the software that you installed was malware. You know what I mean? It was so dog shit. You know? But that's like the Windows. I think that's really the Windows like cycle. It's like XP was peak, Vista was dog shit, 7 was peak, 8 was dog shit, and then 10 was peak, kind of better, and then now 11 is dog shit. So I'm hopeful that they're gonna continue the cycle, but none of that AI dog shit. Like, give me an OS that's like a blank canvas that I can extract 100% performance, and then whatever else I want, I can ask Microsoft to give it to me. Hey man, I know that a lot of people that like, imagine if like Microsoft Windows came with like Office or dog shit. I don't use Office. I use Google's feature for documents. I uninstall Office every single time that I install Windows because I don't need it. But if Microsoft would say, hey, we have a cloud suite, we have Office, do you want these or do you want me to not install these? I was like, no, I don't want it. Maybe the cloud, I don't know. You could do that, right? And then you could be like, hey, if you want it, great, we have it. If you don't, that's also perfectly fine. Because I know a lot of people don't care for maximum performance. My parents want simplicity, right? They don't want to think about the features. They just want the computer to do the computer things. You know? There's something in gaming chat. Discord is kind of related to this chat. What is it? Let me see. Where is the gamers? What's up, gamers? What's up, gamers? From Microsoft Community Reddit? What is this? Is this relevant? Microsoft investigating reports of SSDs vanishing after latest Windows 11 update. I saw that. I just haven't seen it. I did update. I have 2 SSDs. I haven't had that issue. I know some people mentioned that. I haven't seen that. Yeah. But it's good to know, I guess. If you're sensitive about your data, then, you know. No, nowadays, Windows doesn't even download the drivers for you. No, it does. It does. It does download the drivers. The only thing that Windows doesn't download is proprietary software, like NVIDIA, for example. That's the only thing that Windows doesn't do that. You know? You don't remember. You new gens don't remember what is it to have to install like a driver for a printer and have to weave like dark magic to get it to work. You new gens don't remember that struggle, so I won't give Microsoft any praises, but I have to give their flowers when it comes to that. That is true. Also, something that I gotta give Microsoft is flowers. They do support a lot of like retrocompatibility, which is I think something that kind of like drags Windows down a little bit in a certain extent, because Microsoft supports in some capacity software from like the 80s. Like you can still run like the first generation Windows software, you can still kind of run with a compatibility suite. And this is pretty nice. You know what I mean? Hey Alberto, buenas tardes, ¿cómo están? Estoy bien, guys, estoy bien. ¿Cómo estás? Eu compreendo um pouco de espanhol, pero sou brasileiro, não? Eu falo português, carai. Mas o portunhol a gente desenrola aqui, se você for, meu brother. I feel like Windows 10 was only released yesterday. It's just... That's age catching up to us, my friend. That's age catching up to us, my friend. I feel like it was yesterday that the Wii came out. You know? And now the Wii is as old as fucking the Super Nintendo was when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I don't want to go back to my childhood, though. You know what I mean? I want the Wii to be, like, better, like it was in the 90s. But I don't miss being a child. I love being an adult. I'm not gonna lie. 1,000 times being an adult, much more so than a child. First of all, I wasn't really like a pretty child, so, you know, kind of bullied on that one. And secondly, I love having financial independence to work whatever the fuck I want to work. So, me que nada, ciertamente. A menos me entiendes algo. Entiendo un poco. Si quieres hablar español, puedes hablar español. Mi amigo. We felt like barely lasted a year. I gotta say, though, the Wii was kind of banging, not gonna lie. As much as the issues that the Wii had, it's funny because, like, when I was a child, I used to hate that I got the Nintendo Wii instead of like a PS3, because all my friends were playing Xbox. They were playing Call of Duty, right, on the PS3, the Xbox. I had the Wii, but looking back as an adult, man, the Wii games are so peak, though. The Wii games are so peak, because you gotta keep in mind, like, that's the thing, like, nowadays there's like a million Call of Duties, there's like a million like There's a million Call of Duties. There's a million like games that still follow the PS3 era formula, but nothing has the vibe of like a Nintendo Wii. You know what I mean? Oh, is Wplace dead? Oh no, did they die? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, is it dying again? Oh no. Wait, no. Calm down. Refresh. No, still loading. Still loading. It's having some issues. It's dead for me. Oh no, did it die? Did it die? Oh brother. Let's see. Let's try logging in. No, it's still alive. It's chugging, but it's still alive. It's chugging a little bit. It's chugging a little bit, or we're still alive. We're still alive. No. We're still alive. We're still alive. I'm glad to have the freedoms that I have as an adult as well. I do so too. As much as I look back nostalgically to the things that were better, because there is a lot of things that we need to go back to that we've kind of lost our way as a generation. And I mean capitalism a lot of the time. A lot of the issues that we're facing right now is fucking capitalism. But, you know what I mean? Tu cara me suena? Tu cara me suena? What does suena mean? Is your face does something to me, but I don't know what suena is. What is suena? The GameCube can run into a Wii? Yes. Wii games, Nintendo always tends to support the prior generation. So yes, Wii games will run, GameCube games will run on the Switch. Oh, sorry, not the Switch, the Wii. GameCube games will run on the Wii. That's what I meant to say. In the same way that, like, you know what I mean? I think the only generation that didn't have that loop, because it was a pretty big jump, was the DS and the Wii U when it comes to Switch. Those games just had to be ported. Yeah, they did port the games as well, for the most part. But, yes. Nintendo very rarely, when they're just like making like an upgrade generation, they rarely don't make retro compatibility. You mean? Swena sounds like a sad story of my life. What is it? The tank game was fun. I mean, Wii Sports. I don't have to say anything else. Wii Sports. Like, Wii Sports was like, it was like a generational game that just came in with your console. Everybody had it, and it was such a peak game for something so simple. It's crazy, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Bless you, good day. Dead for me. Is it dead? Are you guys dead on the Wplace, or is it alive for you guys? Oh yeah, we're very close to being done. We're so close. It's just like a little bit of Nyla and then Chonky's Booba, and then we're done. We should be able to get this done by today if we think. I used to crush my mom on Just Dance on the Wii. You could even play Game Boy games on the first Nintendo DS. Yes, that is true as well. I do actually have that DS version. Where you have a webcomic? I just joined the Discord. Yes, I do. I have a webcomic. It's my original little series. It's just like a little short stories. It's like funny little short stories of me, Nyla, and my friends. I do on YouTube as well. Comic dubs. If you're following me from Twitch, you should definitely follow me on YouTube as well, because I post videos every day. And aside from those videos, I also do comic dubs for my webtoons. You see? Here it is. It's kindredspiritva on YouTube, if you haven't followed it already. And there is also a webtoon on Webtoon Canvas. That is also true. Have I been suspended? Wait, have you? Why did you get suspended? What the fuck? Why did you get suspended? What? What happened? Why did you get suspended? What the fuck? What happened? Hey Tsukino, sorry I'm late. No worries at all. Glad to have you here. Glad you could make it. Well, yeah. I love the details. It was looking very cute, isn't it? It is looking very cute. I'm very happy. I also like it that like every time there's like a big milestone or there's like a celebration on Wplace, they give us some free charges. That does make me happy, isn't it? You can actually catch Gen 3 Pokemon and DP and PLT by having the Gen 3 games inserted into the slots. Really? Got sick, so I've been trying to recover enough. I'll be able to go to work tomorrow. I actually got sick too, Tsukino. I don't know why. Now I'm drinking casually and just like enjoying a little bit on the Sunday night. But I actually got sick yesterday too. I don't know why. We both got sick. That's kind of funny. I think it was a subathon. Like I think it was just it was too hardcore of a party. And this back to back with like every day not sleeping well, every day like streaming for like 4, 5, 6 hours, and then sometimes 8, 10 hours. You know what I mean? I think that was like too much back to back work. That just kind of like, you know what I mean? That just kind of like made it a little bit harder. Paint the little spirits. I'm sure you'll be able to. Kind of a physical burnout, kid. Yeah, sometimes it happens. I mean, too much partying is not exactly a bad thing. I'm not complaining. I hope the subathon goes even longer so I can make more collabs with my friends. But, you know. Hey, Olenix, somehow showing up late today. Well, you are a little bit late, but still glad to have you here. You can see the little spirits on the other side. What other side? What? Oh, I see it here. Ah, that is the little spirits. By the way, yeah, I suppose I should tell people. Yes. The Little Spirits design, Nyla made the Little Spirits design. It's still not in any official artworks or the VTuber model, but this is chat's official pet design. So this is gonna be you. What do you guys think? I quite like it though. I'm working on a way to like make this into a really cool overlay. It's either gonna be floating around me in my VTuber model, or it's gonna be in this. Hey, Dragon Mario. Sorry, I don't understand Chinese, my friend. Can you speak English? Glad to have you here, Dragon Mario. But yeah, this is chat's pet. So you can choose, the color is basically whatever color you want, but it's like a kitty face little blob. It's actually kind of nice because it's inspired by I think it's inspired by a pudding from my favorite game. It's inspired by this. I think that was the inspiration that I gave Nyla, which was a pouring from my favorite old game, Ragnarok. You know what I mean? I quite like it. It's very nostalgic for me. Yeah, it's from Ragnarok Online, the pourings. And this is what we came up with. What do you think? I quite like it though. I think it is very cute. Isn't it? The little goobies. It's the little spirits. It's that's how you call it. It's the little spirits. You know? It's the little spirits. Friendly reminder to Let's Players, log in before the 28th if you want to have it. There's a good loot redeem. Oh yeah, that's actually something. I actually forgot to make a video about this, and now it's a little bit too late. Love and D Space won Best Mobile Game. That's actually true. Hey, let me pull it up on the Discord. Yeah, they won, the Gamescom Award for Best Mobile Game. That's actually true. I forgot to make a video about this, but yeah. They actually won the Best Game Award on the Gamescom, you know? So yeah, I'm actually very... This is what I've been saying forever, and it's something that I think the companies are finally realizing. I feel like for gacha games, a lot of companies didn't realize that, like... Women love gacha games too, you know? Like, if you make a big, you know, story-driven, like, with a lot of fan service game, the same way that there's like a million for, like, waifus, people are gonna love that. And yeah. I mean, there has been many, like, big achievements that Love and D Space had. They had I think they had, like, the most profitable gacha game in 2024, like, for a month. And now they just won the award for Best Mobile Game. And yeah, 100% agreed. It's also fun because, like, now that I think Love and D Space, like, made this break into this space, I think that there's gonna be more games like that. I think companies like Hoyoverse and other like gacha game companies, they're gonna look at this and gonna be like, oh, we should invest into this. People actually want games that are like more focused towards like male love interests, male character centric, right? That is not just a bunch of waifus with big fucking titties and just like a flat board guy to be the the small treat that the women get, you know, like Genshin Impact or whatever. You know, you get all different kinds of masculinities. You have Raphael that's a little bit more, I say this lovingly, but like a little bit more of a feminine kind, a little bit of a softer kind of masculinity. Why? You have Xavier that's like a good boy. You have Silas and Caleb that's like the fucking, You know, the crazy ones, you know. You have Zayn that's just the fucking best husband, you know. While I think like, while I say that like Silas is the biggest wife guy, this is like the most like down to earth like husband relationship, I think. And yeah, 100%. I'm looking forward to what Love and D Space is going to be. I'm very happy that they've invited me to be a sponsored content creator for them. And for what they've been doing with the game, with the cutscenes, the content that they've been developing, I think they've been doing great. So, looking promising for the future. Looking promising for the future, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah, something that I've been seeing a lot. Players will react to quality. It's not... Players will react to quality. If you create something that is not just for money, but for care, like, people will actually come to it. Exactly. Think Expedition 33. You know, people saying like, oh, JRPGs are dead. Expedition 33. Oh, you know, RTS games are dead. And then you have... sorry, not RTS. Oh, like, you know, like, Baldur's Gate is also like a game with a lot of love made into it. And Love and D Space now. Sure, it's a gacha game. Sure, it is made to make money. Of course, it's a gacha game. Of course, they're going to be making it to make money. Like, you can see that there's a lot of care put into it. You can see that the story is not just like pushed out for whatever. Like, they genuinely want to make a good product, right? And deliver the game a good product for the audiences. And I just think it's promising that I think we're going to see more companies take a plunge into that, you know? I hope there's more Melanie in the male love interest in the future. Well, it's a Chinese game. It's a Chinese game, you know? You're not going to see a lot of melanin coming from those kinds of productions, but who knows? Maybe if somebody like a Western company or somebody else decides to like do something different. You know what I mean? Don't do that, you might get banned? What? Don't do what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You mean the Discord thing? I mean, yeah, I haven't shown anything from the Discord. This was a public thing that they gave to us. I know that I'm not supposed to show from the Discord server. I'm not showing any sensitive information. The banner that I showed you was a public thing. It's public. I know that I have an NDA on the Love and D Space thing. I'm not gonna show anything sensitive. No. That banner is public. I just grabbed it from the channel because it was the closest thing that I found. But yeah, I'm not showing any information. I have a law degree. I'm well aware of what NDAs are and what they mean. 100%. 100%. Does Love and Deep Space let you pick your gender? I'm gay and I love Silas. No, but I don't really care. Like, yes, if you are looking for BL, then it's not a BL story. You can only be a female character. But I don't give a fuck. Most of the characters are in first person anyway. And like, I mean, I've read plenty of stories where you had a female main character. You know what I mean? You can still empathize. Are you sure? 100% sure. 100% sure. I am well aware. Trust me. You can trust me on this. That is literally my qualification. That is the one qualification that I have. It is a law degree. I am well aware of the information that I can and cannot talk about when it comes to NDAs. This artwork, even if it was on this server, is public, so it's fine. Be delusional if they say you're a woman. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Yes, it's a woman male character. You know? I'm still gonna love the story. I'm still gonna love the characters. You hear me? Do women not play video games that have male main characters? That's all the questions that I need to do for you. You know? That's all the questions that I need to do for you. Mr. Messenger was the first Otome in Depression Space, so I have an absurd hyper-focus on vampires. There's something like minimally related to vampires. You have me. I'm sure they're gonna do a vampire AU for Silas. 100% sure. I have no doubts in my mind that one day we're gonna get like a vampire AU for Love and D Space for Silas. Obey Me was the first. Well, there's plenty of games that like were first. Love and D Space is not the first game. Love and D Space is the first major game, and there's a big difference on that one. Yes, there were games like Obey Me. Yes, there were games like Mystic Messenger. But they were not major games. They were not big leagues. Love and D-Space is a big league game. Love and D-Space won over like, I think 2024 in a month. They won over Genshin. They won over all the Hoyoverse games. This puts them on the map. You know what I mean? Yes, you can have like Otome games that came before you, but they were never like mainstream, like in the way that Love and D-Space is. And that's where I think is the big difference. You know what I mean? That's the big difference that I think. As someone who's AFAB, MB, I hate being referred to as femme, is one of the only things that I don't like about the game, but despite that, I mean, you just don't have to. Maybe it's because I'm a cis guy, so like, my gender is not really something that I give a fuck. In the same way that like, if somebody misgenders me, I'll just be like, alright, sure, I guess, the fuck. Like, I can still enjoy the story, it just doesn't really affect me, so, you know. We all have blind spots, and I won't act like I'm not. Like, as much as I try to be empathetic and everything, we all have blind spots. I can't... As much as I can empathize, I can't relate to a trans experience of being misgendered, so... I don't give a fuck. I just... If they say I'm a woman, I just hope I have big titties. But you know, we all have blind spots. I'm not gonna act like... If that bothers you, then I guess don't play the game, but... I don't mind playing Love and D-Space even if I'm a woman, you know. Know what I mean? If I'm gonna be a lady, at least give me some big ball hunkers. You know? As an Asian game, you don't have big titties. That is my biggest criticism. If I have bigger titties as a guy than your female main character for me to play as, that makes me sad. That makes me sad. Real? You know, doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. You know, we love all titties of all sizes, but doesn't hurt to give me some big ones. Wouldn't hurt me, you know. You already got some big ones? Exactly. That's the reference. Exactly. That's the representation that I want, okay? You know, as a big titty man, I don't see myself represented enough in video games. I think we need more male big booba husbandos representation in gaming, okay? Everybody talk about like female representation. Where's the big titty dudes with fat juicy milkers? You know? Shut up, you chat, you bunch of gooners. You gooners! All of you. 2025, baby. 2025 is the year of the Gil Gooners. Let the girlies goon too. Hey, Chameleon, how you doing as well? Ah, exactly. Amen to that. You nerds. I swear to God, chat. Girls getting goon tune. I mean, that was literally the last video. That was literally today's video. It is just... I don't know if you watched it, but yeah, let women be gooners too. That was literally today's video, so yeah. Ay, Spanish, te hablaré para tu comprender, cabrón. Te quiero en videojuegos viejos sabrosos con techonas grandes. Te quiero en los videojuegos viejos sabrosos with tetons, some massive milkers. ¿Te comprendes, cabrón? ¿Te comprendes? No sé si comprendes la barrera lingüística. ¿Te comprendes, cabrón? ¿Comprendes que quiero un viejo sabroso? Son grandes techulas. Just saying. Just saying. That's the tetones. That's the breaking the language barrier. I don't think that's how you break the language barrier. You know what I mean? That's how you break the language barrier. Sanchichis con los hombres. Exactly, man. This is frying me. Listen, you may have language barriers. We're a very multicultural community. Okay? Like, you can, like, tell me right now from all the places of the world you are in the chat. But we have people from all over the world, right? We have people from Europe. We have people from Spain, the US, Brazil. But there's one thing that unites them all. And it's big manly booba. Viejos sabrosos com techones. Macho peitudo, meu velho. Com uma picanha, tá ligado? Uma carne bem gostosa, tá ligado? That's how you unify everybody. That's how you unify people. That's how you break the language barriers. Brazil. I'm from the UK, Germany. Hell yeah, dude. See? That's what I'm talking about. É o famoso ter tudo, exatamente, papai. Deus fez duas tetas, foi pra compartilhar. Se Deus não fizesse esses peitão maravilhoso pra compartilhar, Deus não teria feito dois. Amém, irmãos. Amém. I'm from Poland. Macho peitudo é gostoso pra cacete. Amém, irmãos. Amém. Yeah, this is how you break language barriers. Just there you go. Don't feel like, you know. You nerds. Nerds, all of you. I love you, chat. Never change. You know, just saying. All right, let's wrap this up, chat. Getting so close already to the. We could do like after we finish this, we can do like a small little spirits. Like everybody does their individual like little spirits. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Yeah. But yeah. Eu lembro de uma coisa que repara nesse ter tudo parece travesseiro. Pixel art is awesome. I love the Wplace. I know this is not the most active game in comparison to like the indie games that we play or something else. It's like very passive, right? But I love playing this with you guys. I don't know if you guys enjoy watching as much as I enjoy playing it, but I love that we can all get together and like of course like we talk about a lot, right? We hang out a lot, we talk a lot while we're playing. But I really do. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit cheesy, but it makes my heart warm when we get it together as a community and we do stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like it really, I don't know. I just really like it. You have any pixel art experience, Kin? Actually, I do. I did not used to. I've always been bad at drawing, but I was actually quite good when I was younger doing pixel art. Because it was the only thing that I could do in my computer. I didn't have a drawing tablet, so I just draw on my mouse. The same way that I sculpt on my mouse. Let me show you. In the same way that I sculpt on my mouse for 3D sculpting, the only art that I was able to do back then was pixel art. So I used to do Adventure Time pixel art. I used to do like BMO in, you know what I mean? In a pixel art style. And... because in the same way that the 3Ds that I do, I can only do using the mouse. So everything that I do when it comes to as soon as it loads, everything that I do on my computer has been done with a mouse. You know, I've never tried and never had a drawing tablet. I don't know why it's frozen. It's okay. If you've seen it, you've seen it. I'm not going to show you. Just crashing. But yeah. Blender? Yeah, I was gonna basically show what I do for sculpting because I don't have anything in pixel art, so I just show you how I usually sculpt. But yeah. Here's the fact you probably love. Zoro has the biggest boobas in One Piece, second only to Hancock. You talked to me about that like I didn't already know that. And you want to know a second fun fact? Mine are bigger than Zoro's. So there you go. There's a fun fact for your fun fact. I was plenty aware of the Zoro. A man after my heart. Really wish the griefing would stop. It's hard to commit to another larger project because I'm worried about making too little progress. I mean, we haven't had many issues with griefing, at least in China here. So maybe you just gotta pick a place that is not as crowded, basically, if you want to do a big project like this. Or just a community like ours where you can just like... We've just mostly been fixing the griefs. Like, there is some places that are grief for sure, but we've been mostly just trying to fix it. You know what I mean? Like the Japan one, we've been fixing it. This one, we haven't had much. You know what I mean? And I also now have like a admin that can reach out. So we can just like, if anybody is brigading us, we can just like immediately clap them if they're online. As long as they're online, of course. Like, you know, if they're not, then just not much you can do. Let the light shine through. Hey, Demon Yuki. How you doing as well? Thanks so much for the follow, my friend. Oh yeah. Speaking of Japan, yeah, Japan has been brigaded by the weebs. So unfortunately, because of that, it gets a lot of attention as well. But, you know, overall, it's been fun. This area has been kind of okay. There's not been a lot of griefers. People are just doing their own things. But yeah, once it becomes crowded, that's when usually the... That's when the... Yeah, do you have any hot lemonade F? A little bit, but I don't know. I mean, could get another one. You to wait until 8 p.m. to draw again. Speaking of which, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like as well. If you haven't already, go follow my YouTube channel. And if you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. Leaving likes helps us show up more on the front page. So that would be greatly appreciated if you do. You know? I mean that a lot to me. Seeing Bad Apple in the corner. Yeah, I something that I haven't seen a lot is, you know, those like people that do like every frame of Bad Apple. I haven't seen people do that in I haven't seen people do that in Wplace before. I would love to see that, like every frame of Bad Apple drawn, and then they can like montage it. That would be like a really cool project to do. It's not something that I would do, but you know, just a little something for anybody. Hey, Genshin, bro. I mean, this is China, so you know, there's gonna be a lot of Genshin, Honkai. I mean, there's a Endless Zone Zero, huge one here as well. Yeah, that's China. It's China. China. So it's pretty powerful, this kind of I'm surprised if the Linkin Park and like Linkin Park and what was the other one? Not American Idiot. Fucking Green Day? Is that it? Ah, fucking hell. Remind me of the name now. But yeah. Green Day, yeah, Green Day. Green Day. If you weren't insane enough, I'll draw a mouse. Yeah, it's like you gotta get your friends. You either get friends together, like we do, where we just like everybody pitches in and then we can get like these huge artworks. I mean, Vora was even crazier. Like Vora, I mean, she's a very greedy woman. She's a you know, she's supposed to be like, that's her character. But look at the size of hers. Look at how big she's making. Like, this is gonna take months, probably, I think. That is... I kind of respect the drive to make a huge artwork like this. But goddamn, the people in Vora's community are insane for doing this. Like, that is crazy. Like, I thought that mine was already pretty big for, like, a single community. But goddamn, mad respect to those people in Vora's community. You know? Hey, hello. How you doing as well? Do you listen to Muse? I listen to radio. So usually I don't... It's actually kind of awful because, like, I'm bad at remembering names. But I listen to a lot of radio. So... That's what she said. Shut up, Nova! Stop trying to that's what she said me every single time! But I listen to radio a lot, so like... I will listen to a lot of songs from indie as well as like big names. But I sometimes have issue remembering names. Because I just tune into a radio and just put rock or jazz or rhythm and blues. And just leave the radio playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Overall, still love Wplace. Still go in the same place. Look better and better. I do. I know that this is griefers, because of course it is. It's a fucking open canvas. Of course it's gonna be griefers and fucking trolls. But for most of my experience, I've only had great times. And I've really been enjoying it. You know what I mean? For what it's worth, I've been having a great time. And I hope that people have as well. At least from what I've seen, the community has been enjoying it quite a lot. You know? Yeah, making my ramen. Let me get another one. You know what? You guys convinced me. I'll get one more for the day and one more hard lemonade, and then we'll wrap it up when I finish it. All right? Give me a moment, chat. I will be right back. Okay? Alright, chat, I'm back. You guys are not without supervision again. I am back. There you go. Alright, do you have a Be Right Back stream? I do, I just never use it. I do have a Be Right Back stream. Yeah, I just never really use it. I do have it, I just like it. You guys go do that, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. I just yell at people if I do. If I do leave. You know, without supervision, you're lucky we didn't burn it down. No, I would never. I would never leave you guys unsupervised for too long. You're like a child that I have to take care of. A babysitter. Even though most people here are over the age of 30. The stream is only gonna go much longer. It's all over to the phone. I can only do a B11 stream there. See you on YouTube. Glad to have you here. And like I said before, always happy to have you, even if it's just as a watcher. Absolutely. Again, I always tell my mods this, and I do appreciate. Absolutely, don't take me as like unappreciative of you guys, like, you know, efforts for like moderating. But I just want you guys to enjoy the stream as well. Like, moderating is like as a moderating as a part of the community is like, it's like taking care of the community, like, by just like, it's like cleanup. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do it because there's always gonna be like trolls and like bad actors, that kind of stuff. But I still want you to enjoy the stream. I still want you to be a viewer. I still want you to enjoy the stream. And like, if you moderating is making you too tired, don't worry about taking it easy and just like, you know what I mean? Just taking it easy. You know? That is not to be ungrateful. Absolutely, please do keep modding me as everybody has. But first and foremost, enjoy the stream. You know, that's what I was thinking. I think that's what I was telling Phoebe. I think, right? Because Phoebe was having some issues in her personal life, which I'm not going to talk about. And she was saying, "Hey, moderating is becoming a little bit too much. I can't really do that." I was like, "Don't stress it. Don't stress it. If you can moderate and you're somebody that I trust, I'll be happy to have you. But I want you to enjoy the stream first and foremost." And that goes for all of my mods. That goes for everybody here. You know what I mean? Most people here are over the age of 30, weeps and 20. Well, you said 20, not 20. You know? That might be a 28. But yeah, it's like, I think it's like, from my analytics, if I remember correctly, is like 20% is like 20, 25, and then 25, 35 is like another 30. And then the rest of it is like 40 and above. And there's like a 5% that is like underage. You know what I mean? It's like older siblings watching the misbehaving younger ones. Pretty much, I would say. Well, to be fair, like chat, like streamer, right? We tend to share a lot of like brain cells when it comes to this kind of stuff, isn't it? Take another sip of my drink. Ah, hell yeah. Ah, that's looking so cute though. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my guilty pleasures, cause like I love getting collab out like this. I love getting collab out with my friends with like Chunky and Bora and Ricky Rai Tiger. I really like it. If I was an artist, all that I would do would just be like out of my friends' OCs. I'm not even joking. But I have to keep in mind a budget. You know what I mean? I can't really be spending all my money into art, unfortunately. But man, I get such a kick every time that I do. It's just never fails to put a smile on my face. You know what I mean? Never fails to put a smile on my face whenever I get the chance to. You know? Good night when you're going to bed. Sweet dreams and take very good care of. Exactly. I mean, I know it's Sunday. I know. I'm sorry for people that have the J words. You know? I know it's a trigger word. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, chat. I'm very sorry for the people that have jobs. But, you know, it is Sunday. That's actually why I don't stream on Sunday. I know that we're doing a marathon. That's why I do streams every day. But that's actually why usually I don't stream on Sundays. It's because I know that my audience is a bunch of boomers. Like me. And they have jobs in the morning. So that's why usually I save it on the Sundays. That's actually why the Saturdays, for example, it's when I set up collabs and like big events like this. It's because that I know that most people are free on the Sundays, Saturdays. Or at least they have like a time to leave and be able to make it to the streams. Yeah. Jobs. Employment. Ah! Stop saying those words, chat. Stop saying those words. That is a trigger warning here. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Jesus Christ, dude. Making people remember their jobs and shit. Put a trigger warning before it. That's... Come on, dude. You're in a Twitch streamer. Oh, that's crazy. You're gonna be saying the J word here? Employment jobs. Would that be funny? Would that be funny if I put that to be auto-moderated? I think that would be kind of silly. I don't think I should do it. But I think it would be funny. If... I think that would be funny. I'm just saying. I'm gonna, when you off my holiday, don't remind me of what I'm going back to. Well, to be fair, I'm a bit of a workaholic. And you could say that because that's because I work with something that I love. And absolutely, you know what I mean? But even before becoming a streamer and content creator, I've always been kind of a workaholic. And that's mostly my parents. My parents are absolutely workaholics. Like, the only pleasure they get is like having satisfaction after getting work done. And that's just kind of how I've been raised. But you know what I mean? I don't know, the peace of mind that I get when I have a sensation of being done with my job is just like unmatched. No trigger warning here. Put it in the channel rules. Nah. The channel rules is only for important things. I'm a traumatized Twitch now. Oh, dude. Yeah. Also, shout out to the people on YouTube that have been clipping shit. I saw the Twitch always has the weekly thing. Where is it? Here, the chat weekly top clips, which Tess usually tends to be the goat. But you know, Project Emily, has been clicking as well, and YouTube now has a clips section as well. So yeah, big shout out to the clippers. You know, Alex, Joe, JJ. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Shout out to the clips. I know it's not like higher because, you know, I gotta put the content up ahead. But big shout out to the people. You know? The clippers absolutely matter. 100%. You're doing clips now? Yep. They have top clips now on the channel. Which I think is nice, you know what I mean? Because, like, I do appreciate the people that clip, of course. Because, you know, you're basically telling me which the moments you like best. But it's also nice because, like, those are the moments that the community selected. Like, of course, I curate my content a lot because I want people to see the best of my content, right? But I don't get every single moment that I think is good. I only pick the best. You know what I mean? So, like, that's like a rare occasion of, like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, I feel like now, especially that the VODs stay on YouTube, the people that do go back and watch those VODs realize that there's a lot of great moments that are just, like, on the VODs. It's never gonna become a highlight. It's never gonna become like something else. You know what I mean? Why is Twitch better than YouTube right now? It's not like that behind. It's not. But that's the reason why I stream on YouTube too. It's pretty much a 1-to-1. The only thing, and that's mostly because of how old Twitch is game integrations. It's very rare to have a game integration with Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Usually it's just focused on Twitch, mostly because of API as well. It's not something that YouTube cares about. But if you're just watching a stream, or if it's just like a just chatting stream like this, it's a one-to-one. That's what I tell people. Like, I don't... Usually I would, like... For example, with TikTok. TikTok doesn't even do 1080p. The communities on TikTok are god-awful. God-awful. And they will give you false bans for so much bullshit that was hilarious. Like, I will never forget this. I got banned as a bisexual man for making jokes about like corporations putting flags, LGBT flags, and I was saying like that's just fake shit. Like if you're gonna if you're gonna have LGBT representation, for me as a bisexual man, you gotta have that every single month, not just on the month of July. And then they banned me for saying that. You know me on TikTok. YouTube doesn't have that. YouTube is a one-to-one to Twitch. If you want to watch it on YouTube, watch it on YouTube. It has clips. There's the highlights. There's like, you know what I mean? But it is, I do think it's just like a matter of preference. If you like Twitch, you can stay on Twitch. If you like YouTube, you can stay on YouTube. You know? You look so familiar. Hey, totally hi right now. How you doing, my friend? I mean, are you a follower? I don't know. What are you talking about? Yeah. It's just like, it's also like a convenience thing. Because like if you don't have Twitch already, then there's no reason for you to. Like if you have, for example, like, hey, if you don't have a sub on Twitch and you already have YouTube Premium, you're not going to have any ads on YouTube. So you can just watch it on YouTube ad-free without having to pay an extra subscription. Oh, I hope that you would. I hope that you would subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. You know, you get some emotes, you get some behind-the-scenes content, and you does support me more. But, you know, but if you already have the same thing on like Amazon Prime, then you have that on Amazon Prime. You don't have to. What's the word? What's the word? I forgot the word now. Yeah. Are you on TikTok? Yes, I am on TikTok. Although I do not. I've been moving out of TikTok for the most part because fuck that platform. So bullshit. So fucking bullshit. Actually, I'm gonna do something a little bit wild here. I'm gonna like start like outlining a little bit of the ponytail. Cause I don't know if you see this, but the ponytail I think got too blended with the shirt. I'm gonna add like a black outline to it. I think that might look good actually. Let me do that right now. Let me get a little bit of droplets here. Let me get a small little bit of droplets here. I think this might actually work. Give me a minute, chat. Alright, something like that. And then I can... Is this dark gray? I think this is dark gray, yeah, so it doesn't really... Something like this. And then a little bit like this. Is this better? Does this look a little bit better? No, it looks worse. Alright. Yeah, I think there might be a way that we can make the hair not look so blended with the shirt. But I'm not talented enough to do it. That's why I remember you. Follow you on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Well, glad to have you back. Are you on Pinterest as well? Yes, I do post them. I don't post regularly on Pinterest, but there is like really old. Let me show you Pinterest. There's like really old clips of mine that ended up on Pinterest. I posted a few, but not a lot. How do I? Okay, sure, I guess. All right. Just let me log onto the fucking website, dude. Ah. All right, here you go. Create account. Just can I please log on the website, please? There you go. Yes. Let me fucking go. Pinterest, shut the fuck up. Pinterest, please. All right, fine. Here you go. Keep seeing your PFPs in you there. Well, you've been missing out. Yeah, if you search Kindred Spirit VA, you may find that. I do have some old clips of mine that ended up on Pinterest. I think it was just like those repost things that like dropped it from TikTok, because those are the things that I posted on TikTok. But yeah. That cracked so loud that it made my hubby jump. I feel you. I 100% feel you. Hey, yeah. It's just that TikTok has been god-awful, dude, let me tell you. TikTok has been god-awful when it comes to, like, the moderation stuff. So I still post there because, like, I have my videos anyway, and I do post the highlights. In the same way that I post, like, on Twitter. But, like, I basically don't engage there anymore. Like, I'm so glad that I moved away from that platform. It's so dog shit to have, like, videos that are perfectly fine. Dude, videos that are fine on YouTube, like, would get, like, random fucking claps for TikTok. And the thing is that, like, if TikTok says, like, hey, we hidden your video because of this and that, and then they say, like, oh, never mind, like, we made a mistake, we fucked up, right? That video shouldn't have been flagged, so we're gonna be re-allowing your video on the For You page. They basically flop your video on purpose because the statistics still fucking tank anyway. Like the numbers are not gonna, they're not gonna say like, oh, we're gonna start from scratch on the analytics. It's just like, oh, we tanked your videos, sucks to be you, better luck next time, loser. And I think that's so lame. Like, as a creator, that was one of the reasons why I just gave up on TikTok. I was a partner on TikTok for their gaming side and their streaming side. Because back and then, when they used to give a fuck about this kind of stuff, it was going great. But then just, I don't know, dude. Fuck that platform. I'm gonna be so for real with you. Fuck that platform. Fuck TikTok. Nothing against the people that use it, but man, that fucking platform can suck my whole ass. I swear to God. Not gonna lie, glad I found you again. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here. I'm starting to get to this sleepy, like three hot lemonades in, I'm starting to get to this sleepy kind of drunk. There you go. Maybe if you were underage, they wouldn't care. No, no. You're confusing that with Roblox. No. You're making a confusion. That's Roblox. Too soon? Is that too soon? You're making a that's Roblox. That's usually where. Oh, I'm not even gonna talk about Roblox. Fuck that platform as well, but for different reasons. I'm not touching that kind of worms with like a 10-foot pole. Oh yeah. The thing about Roblox is that like I see the issue with both sides. You know what I mean? Because like that like Schlepp guy, for example, he mentioned that he was like, in his video, he mentions that he's working with authorities. And I'm not too sure about that, because you can claim that you got people arrested all the time. But like, you know what I mean? Like Mama Max was also like fucking lying about this shit. But like when I talk about like the issue with like YouTube predator hunters, is that like, for example, everybody, to get condemned, you need to have a unbiased jury. And if you have a YouTuber like that, in the same way that Chris Hansen's show was also that issue, that's the reason why the show Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator was cancelled, is because it was causing people to, it was basically meddling with investigations and causing people to have biased opinions. And that makes it so that it's harder to punish those people. It's harder to punish those people because, you know what I mean? If they're working with the authorities, they don't do videos. Exactly. There is people that work on those. There's people on the FBI that work to catch these predators. They don't make YouTube videos about it. But they're not going to tell you that because it makes them a lot of money to make those YouTube videos. It gets a lot of views with reason. Nobody fucking likes predators. Like, that's the one thing, you know what I mean? But they're not going to tell you that because why would they? That makes them a lot of money. And in the same time, Roblox is also not taking action and is fucking uncovering for their tracks because it's bad for their, like, stocks. Right? Roblox is a public company, so whenever there's an issue like that, their stocks just tank. So both sides are in the wrong, and nothing is getting done. You know what I mean? Speaking of Chris Hansen, Schlepp's new video collaborated with him. That's what Chris Hansen is still riding that, like, Catch a Predator vibe, even though his show got cancelled because he was not helping catching predators. He was making things worse. But nobody talks about that. You know? Nobody talks about that. And I'm not defending the predators. I want them to go to jail. I don't want them to be exposed on the internet. Oh my god. No. I want them to face jail time. And for them to face jail time, they need to go through trial. And making those videos, making those YouTuber videos, actively makes it so that trials have a harder time condemning these people. Do you see my issue? You know what I mean? Do you see my issue? If you want to do those things, because I'm not gonna lie, if the platforms themselves are not taking action, absolutely there should be interference from the government. If you think that there is something like this going on, you reach out to your government. And if you want to help out, you can offer, you can send emails, you can talk it out. You don't make YouTube videos. Making YouTube videos is content. If you're treating a serious situation like that as content, then I don't respect for you. If you want to make a video about this, you can say, hey, we tried reaching out to these people and they didn't do anything. And then you make like a video essay talking about the issues, talking about what needs to be done, telling people to pressure their representatives, the law representatives. That's how you make content on this kind of stuff. But that would take a lot of effort. It's a lot easier to just hop on Roblox, pretend that you're 13 and fucking catch quote unquote predators. And then nothing else is done about it. They're just exposed on the internet. You know what I mean? That's the issue. That's the big issue. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't get them arrested. And I do think Roblox should take action. I think they should be... You know what I think would be a great move? Fucking pressure the government to be like, all right, Roblox is not taking action. Cool, you're getting banned. Until you take action. Until you take a major action to address this problem. Just ban the game. Same way they done it with TikTok. Brazil's done it with Twitter. If a company is breaking the rules, they get banned. They're like, all right, you're not having the servers are just blocked, IP blocked. You know? And then they would take action. They would like immediately clap down on this. But people don't want to do that because if they cut down the Roblox, they get no content. You know? That's the big money maker. If a Roblox channel doesn't have Roblox, what the hell are they going to do? Are they going to make videos on? You know? But that's the thing that YouTubers don't tell you. You know? I only know about this because I'm, aware of law stuff because, duh, that's my formation, right? But, it's just... What do I know? What do I know? You know? And exceptions don't fuck with cats, although the internet already worked with the authorities in the end. No exceptions. No exceptions. If you're treating this kind of stuff as content, then I'm already sussing you out. They might be working on this and, like doing something different. But, there's somebody griefing. Let me take care of this. Oh, look at that. It's gonna be my first report on stream. Look at that. I get to report them to the admins personally and get them banned live on stream. Oh, really? You want to be my first? Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, look at that. We got our first brigader. We're gonna get them banned live on stream. Isn't that nice? Oh, look at that. Got you a present. Someone to ban. Over. There you go. Oh, look at that. First brigader to get banned live on stream? Oh, you shouldn't. Really? Somebody's getting banned on stream? Yep. We got a griefer right on stream. And we're getting them banned because now I have direct content to report people. Oh, look at that. The first time. Oh. Are you upset, well, baby? Did your daddy not give you enough attention? And now you're here being like a loser on the internet. It's okay. I know you wouldn't say that to my face. I know you wouldn't say that to my face. It's okay. Get banned, loser. Yeah. Now we have some people that we can address. So every time that there's like griefers like this, we can just clap them down. It's not being gentle with griefers for the first time. Oh, absolutely not. These people should get banned. I don't care if you're a 30-year-old loser that is bitchless, or if you're like a child that is just like trying desperately to get attention that your daddy didn't give you by like acting edgy on the internet. But if you're doing this kind of shit, you're just getting banned. You know what I mean? You got to be somebody's first. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Can fix the rest because I don't have enough charges. I don't as well. As soon as it like gets fixed, we just clap them. Just go to show we have zero tolerance. I mean, Wplace W for that. Like, they have been very active on the bans. What happened? Somebody got banned. Oh, a small brigader. As much as there is like very little mods, sometimes there is, but they do get banned like instantly. There's a lot more mods nowadays, so they just like as soon as you send them, they just immediately get clapped. You know what I mean? It's sad to see, but yeah. Enjoy the last few minutes, my friend. Enjoy the last few minutes. There you go. He's fighting back, lol. It takes usually like a few minutes. Because, you know, I don't usually bother like people as much. But yeah. You do have a direct content, it just like gives it a few minutes and then just they get banned. And the other day, it only was a half an hour. Like your normal stream length was like 2 hours. It's a subathon, so it should be close to 4. Yeah, yesterday I was kind of sick, not gonna lie. I was just feeling kind of sick, so I just had to cut it short. I mean, that's actually why I didn't stream on the Saturday. I was just kind of sick. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think it was really the, what is the word? I think it was really the combination of like streaming for too long as well as the subathon that's just been kind of been like marathoning. You know what I mean? That just kind of like lowered my, what is the English word? Trying to find the English word, but I can't remember it. The immunity. Lowered my immunity a little bit. You know? And that's like, okay, it's, you know what I mean? What happened? Somebody got banned. Yeah, somebody got reported for griefing. It just kind of, you know? This kind of sucks to suck. This kind of sucks to suck. You know? That has to be the... That's so pathetic. It's also kind of funny. Tinha que ser sulista, velho. Tem 12 anos e é sulista. Meu Deus do céu, velho. Não dá nem dó de fazer piada, porque eu sinto até pena. Ai, não, velho. Pare. Se eu fizer piada, vai ser ableísmo. Eu não vou fazer piada com sulista. Seria ableísmo da minha parte fazer piada. Eu não vou fazer piada com sulista. Ai, não vejo a hora desse carinha tomar o banho. You ruined the artwork. Don't worry, this is gonna get banned. Having a fit, we don't have the charges clean up. That's okay, I'll ask for a little bit of a top up when we do. Just so we can, like, I can clean it up after the stream. It's okay. It doesn't really bother me. Again, it's just pixel on the screen. They're having a fit, and I don't have the charges. It's so fun. I think they put money on it to, like, do this. And it is very funny. Because it's, like, from the south of... It's like, okay, so on the south of Brazil and close to Argentina. And I blame Argentina for this because it's like a... There's a few people on the south that sees themselves whiter than the rest of the Brazilians. And it's mental illness. It's just like straight up mental illness. As all of these like races like edgelords are. It's just like straight up mental illness. But it's extra funny because like they consider themselves... like Nazis, and I'm my brother in Christ. You are from the same fucking You are a mutt, the same way every Brazilian is. We're the most fucking mixed countries in the world. It's so funny, dude. It's like, racism is already like pretty stupid. But this is just like compounded levels of stupid, which is like extra funny. Like every race is like kind of dumb. You're preying on your people's insecurities and just like, it's stupid. But this one is extra stupid because Brazil is such a fucking mixed country that it's just like, urgh. You know, the people say that like ignorance is bliss. It must be orgasmic to be this level of stupid, you know, and just live your daily life. This is either like a 40-year-old loser that like doesn't have a girlfriend or bitchless, or just like a kid trying to be edgy. I'm leaning towards the side of kid because like, you know what I mean? Like this is Wplace. You know what I mean? What 40-year-old racist is gonna be playing Wplace? But you know, have you considered the griefers watching stream? Oh, probably 100%. All of these losers, they just like they stalk the category on Twitch, and they just like brigade from there. That's actually the reason why I reached out to admins, so that like these can be reported faster, basically. And it's just like loser shit. It's just like my daddy didn't give him enough attention to me, so now I just need to like get attention from streamers. You know, so sad. Oh. Which is funny because like if you want, I'll give attention to you. I'll give you attention if you want to. Just gotta ask, be nice. You know? If you behave, I'll give you plenty of attention. But only if you behave. Otherwise, you're just gonna be made fun of. Like the sad little loser that you are. You know? And you're gonna be sad. Because life is already cruel enough to these people. You know? I don't gotta do anything more. Life has already punished them plenty. But that doesn't give them an excuse to be racist or being hateful on the internet. You know? But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna not make fun of you. I'm gonna make fun of you. If you're a bigot, I'm gonna make fun of you. 100%. I don't know. Find it pathetic. I don't even get mad. It's just pathetic. You know what I mean? Because like this person just wants attention. Nobody that's doing this is like doing this because they care for anything. All they want is attention. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday night. You could be piping your girlfriend or your loved one. I don't care what gender you prefer. But you could be piping, having sex, getting laid. It's a Sunday. You gotta work tomorrow. You know, that's not gonna make your job any easier. You still gotta work on tomorrow. You're a wage slave. And you could be resting up. You could be having a good time with everybody else. Because there's lots of people that are gonna be working tomorrow. You're not unique. You know? But the people that are here, they're just having fun. They're hanging out. You know? They're getting laid as well. Don't think that I don't know you. When you leave my stream open, you're getting piped or piping somebody. I'm there. I'm here to give you support. I'll be your wingman, you know? But that's not exactly ideal, is it? Also, Nyla, I'm gonna show a little something. Just because I'm just gonna show a little something. Just because. Don't get Nyla canceled for this. But actually, no, I'm not gonna show. Nyla, you think I'm angry? You haven't seen Nyla angry. Nyla angry will say some crazy shit. She will go the free rein. She will go the free rein lengths. That's all that I'm gonna say. She will go the free rein lengths of telling people. I usually am the one to have to. I usually am the one that has to to tell her not to say those things online. Nyla, when she has no chill, like I am like polite, mostly because like it tells more about me to like handle these kinds of situations like that than this person. Like there's always gonna be losers like this. That's why you gotta like, this is for myself. This is not for anybody else. She's not. She will tell people to fucking. She will tell people to off with themselves. in the most unkind way possible. It is. Ai, ai. Eu não vou tirar pior onda com sulista. Por mais que eu tenha muitos amigos que são sulistas, eu acho ableísmo. Como nordestino, tirar onda de sulista. É ableísmo da minha parte. Ai, ai. You should tell him to KYS. That's like nothing. She'll say much worse. Oh, she is Latina, so that tracks. That does track. You know what I mean? I prefer failed abortion. That's the most lengths that I will go in that regard is like you're like a failed abortion. Because that's like smooth enough that it doesn't hit as much, but it's like, you know what I mean? You're like a failed abortion. I love how valid your girlfriend is for her age. Oh, she's spicy. She's spicy. Not seeing the report system. How do I do it? Here's how you do it. Whenever you see somebody like this, you press. You see how whenever you click, there's like a 3 button next to the name. You press the 3 buttons. You press report, and then you can choose hate speech. Whenever you see something like this, and then boom, just crap, just like that. That's how you do it. Always nice to teach people as well, because now they have a report system, so it is important that people report these, especially because like they keep getting IP banned. So. I'm not seeing the 3 buttons. Are you on mobile? I don't know if you're on mobile or not. I'm talking about this on PC. It might not be on mobile. But yeah, it's next to the name. There's gonna be 3 little dots. You can just clap it. Rip that fucking ban. No, I'm on PC? Really? Well, I don't know why it's not showing up to you. I don't know why. Couldn't be honest with you. Maybe clear the cookies? I don't know. It's weird that it's not showing up to you. Odd, isn't it? Maybe have an update. It's a website. It's not exactly like it's a game. I don't know why it would update. It's like this is a feature from the game. It's not a plugin or anything. Oh, odd, isn't it? Anyway, it's about time to wrap it up. Anyway, we've been streaming for this 3 hours now. I'm also getting kind of sleepy, so I think that's actually wraps up perfect. Not gonna lie. Anyhow, by the way, if you haven't followed my YouTube channel, go check it out. It is kindredspiritva. I post videos there every single day as well. Why is my VTuber frozen? What the fuck? Kind of laggy a little bit. Oh, if you enjoyed the stream, thank you so much for sticking about. Next week, there's going to be more collabs. I know this week was kind of slow, mostly because people were busy. There's going to be more collabs as well. There's going to be a cooking stream. And I'm going to have the blowtorch as well working. Thank you so much for spending all this time with me. I had a blast today. And again, always thank you so much for making this a banger subathon. Let me pause the subathon as well so I don't forget. And I'll be seeing you. Have a wonderful night and stay strong tomorrow. For everybody that's working, you take good head on. You know? And there's always stream as well. There's gonna be a stream tomorrow. And after you're done with work, you can always come